welcome. I am the LastHPHero, and you have found your way to TPK Roleplay. We are so very glad you're here and hope you enjoy your stay. Over the course of just 2 more sessions, we are going to be wrapping up Basilisk's End of Things for our Stargate Phoenix and Basilisk crossover series. We'll see, we'll see what the last 2 sessions bring to this ragtag group of I don't know what you'd call yourselves. You're incredibly effective at it, but I don't know what I don't know. A team, a cell, mercenaries, ne'er-do-wells. I don't know. You're something. Bad team, best team. That's probably all that needs said in the long run. First and foremost, or I guess I can't say first and foremost after all that, but next on the list, this actual play stream does contain adult language and themes along with violence, and if you are unfamiliar with the Stargate SG-1 IP, the primary antagonists of the series are called the Goa'uld. They are parasitic snake-like creatures that burrow into your brain, enslave your body, and pretend to be your god. So if you have any sensitivities related to that, please keep that in mind and feel free to gate away for a bit. Fortunately, there are those willing to do whatever it takes to make their tyranny fall. Under Basilisk's gaze, all shall fall. Safety tools are in place for the players. As an audience member, you don't have that luxury. Feel free to step away if you need to, but barring that, kick back, relax, keep all heads, hands, cats, and zats inside the stream at all times. Slap the follow button to join the wonderful world of TPK Roleplay. Click the Discord link that I'm certain will spontaneously appear in chat probably at any moment. And, above all else, be good. That's the rule. Be good. Well, we have a few more lost addresses to explore, but I think we should remind ourselves who is doing the looking. So we're going to take a moment. Everyone's going to go around the table, introduce themselves and the characters they're playing. Oh, and I forgot to tell you the question. The question of the evening is, tell us a bit about how the character you're playing wakes up in the morning. Are they chipper? Are they grumpy? Are they early risers, late risers? Something else about their morning. That just something to be thinking of. I'll delay and chitter chatter for a few moments to give you enough time to think about that. But that's the question for tonight. So let's get to know each other a bit more, shall we? First, in the top center of your screen, definitely not a malicious fae who replaced the real her while she was traveling. It's Luca Locke.
Definitely not that. Hi, I'm Luke Locke, and tonight I am playing former or Lieutenant Colonel Karis Russo. I don't know if I still get my title anymore, but and the question was, I'm sorry again.
How does Russo wake up in the morning?
There's about 10 seconds of staring at the ceiling, just silent. The eyes open, staring straight up, no movement. And then it's just a slow sit up, swing the feet over the bed, put on boots, and go find caffeine.
Which I imagine is a little bit more difficult in a sewer now, isn't it?
Yes, much more difficult. Though I feel like she would have spent some time making sure that caffeine was available in this place.
Yep, probably a good plan. Continuing down and around in the top left section of your screen, don't you find his super quick and accurate clipping unnerving? I mean, even when he's in game, those scenes kind of just appear. And those digital scissors continually keep snipping. Allegedly not a complex algorithm. It's Purplefill.
Hello, I'm Purplefill. I'm playing Dr. Eric Martin today. How does he wake up? He's always grumpy, so it's not like he's grumpy in the morning or anything particular, but I think he's kind of rigid and has a kind of just like a get straight to work mentality. There's no, I'm gonna lay in bed for 10 minutes, any of that. It is, I'm up, I'm doing the thing. And probably it also runs in the fact that he probably already doesn't sleep a lot, I feel like. So it is straight to work till sleep, and then repeat.
Such a glorious life led by Dr. Eric Martin. But it's effective, and that's the important thing. Continuing in the bottom left section of your screen. You know, when he was writing Roundhouse, he had to dive really deep into the lore and do a lot of research and really take on the character. And, you know, the truth is, all we have is this version of DMF Saint. The one that mutes himself.
Listen, I was unmuting myself. That was actually to myself. I was muttering to myself. Anyway, hi, I'm DMF Saint. I am playing Thalos, a Tok'ra diplomat. And in the morning when Thalos wakes up, I like to think it is functional and immediate, as if sleep is a distraction from the day, and the faster that we can get back to the task at hand, the better.
Makes sense. And I'm also, it's kind of funny, I don't remember from the lore about how Tok'ra sleep. Because I don't know if the symbiote... That's interesting.
I kind of assume, like, I kind of felt like the symbiote would be awake, or at least able to control, and so, like, we just wake up.
No.
Like, hey, time to get up.
The only time I see him sleep is when they go in the sarcophagus, kind of, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
That's why he wanted it so bad. He hasn't had a good night's sleep
I just want to sleep.
Time.
I just want to sleep.
That's the truth. Can only sleep in a sarcophagus. Last but not least, in the center bottom middle of your screen, you know, he's never lied to or misled you. He's not hiding. Any assumptions of humanity have always been misplaced and have simply gone uncorrected. He has always been the robotic gentleman.
Hi guys, I'm Robotic. I will be playing Uran, and being the kind of guy that Uran is, Uran gets up before what he assumes is dawn, feeds his squirrel chipmunk thing, checks his traps, lifts some weights, and then probably eats what he finds in his traps.
That's unnerving in so many ways. And yet I'm sitting here, and it's kind of funny. It's just the way my mind works. I'm immediately picturing all of your characters kind of going through their wake-up routines. And Uran's is the one that just makes me shudder a little bit. I feel like you'd be snacking straight out of the trap. I don't know.
Especially remember that the only animals we know on this planet are spiders.
Oh, he's tried them at least once.
All right. Well, that is all of them. I am the last hit point hero. I will be, I will be here, I guess, and see what these wonderful players bring to this fantastic story as it starts to wrap up. Now, before bringing you up to speed, there is one note that I want to make, and this is for all of you to think about while the Previously On is playing. So a generous donation during Phoenix, our sibling show, was for me, the Gate Master, to be given a gift of some kind to work against Phoenix. And I thought, well, how can I go about that? Ooh, I'll just give Basilisk something. So, each of you can choose one of the bonuses you get from the base. So just pick one of those rooms and increase it by 1. So any room you want is going to get a +1 increase, so it will level up, and that will work for this episode. Usually if you're leveling one up, it only works for next session, but yeah. So start thinking of that while we, well, come up to speed on what happened last time on Basilisk.
Previously on Stargate Basilisk.
Or, I never asked you this. How many teams have you had before us?
Unimportant.
Feel like
You
it's a
are-
high number.
Not my first.
Doing,
I had a
you're
feeling on
doing
that.
splendid, Knock. Great handling.
Thank you.
I feel handled. Do you feel handled, Doc?
This is how we survive. I mean, the Ishkar line
This
saved us.
cart. We don't want to be on this cart.
I mean
Oh,
the
this
lower
car.
down part of the train. Like, I don't want to be over here from.
Let's,
You know,
we
like
can,
when I say train, it's like train. But up there, it's like train. You with me,
Takes his
Trudy?
gun after he got parried, shove it in his chest, and as it whirls up, he's gonna say, "I may think I'm clever, but you know you're dead," and just let it go.
stands next to you.
Here you go, Mr. President. This is the next one.
The old man and the other union bosses go, what?
The test passed. Trudy,
What is going on here?
you've got the golden ticket.
Just out of curiosity, can I use a grapple as an attack of opportunity?
I will allow it. It's unorthodox.
What was that noise?
Nazgul suddenly. Oh my god.
Jesus.
Sorry. Sorry.
And with whatever you would call that noise, Saint, well, I guess that was Saint. That was a question to the DM. Good thing Talos doesn't make that sound. I think that we are, back up to speed. Now, we are going to pick up more specifically at the point when all of you stepped back through the gate with Joseph Ishkar in tow, making your way home from that last mission. So as we always have, we'll have a little bit of a scene, we'll have some opportunity for roleplay. Let me know which of the rooms you want to upgrade, and I will upgrade those in the Roll20, and then you can choose your downtime activity as well as we wait for whatever it is that that might be brought by Notcore next. So all of you step through the Stargate. You find yourselves standing within that rather familiar sewer. Notcore has his arms crossed, as he usually does, just on the other side of that shimmering blue bubble. Joseph Ishkar comes through with you, kind of stumbles a little bit, and as you take a look around, you immediately notice about 3 Jaffa bodies laying on the ground. All of them, on their forehead, have the familiar Wepwawet symbology. Notcore crosses his arms, looks down at those bodies, looks at you, looks at Joseph Ishkar, and goes, You bring home more pets.
Something like that. This one has some information that could be useful to us. A couple of gate addresses that we might not know about.
There was company while you were away.
You certainly rolled out the welcome mat.
They did not know the password.
So the bubble worked?
It held. I fear too much energy might break it down. Perhaps it is not as efficient as where you found it.
And this is all of them, or did any escape?
No, I cut the gate.
Well done.
Uran will search the bodies.
They are standard issue Jaffa. Each of them have a Matok staff. They also have 2 essentially Jaffa flash grenades. It's like a flashbang, except even more effective.
Mm-hmm. How you
Um,
those?
And that's pretty much it. None of them were equipped with the good armor with the metal helmet, but you do see all of them have the tattoo of music stopped 1 second. All of them have the tattoo of Wepwawet on there for him.
Mm.
DM, I have a question.
Yes.
Am I able to learn how to use one of these Matok staffs? Should I grab this? Or is that something I have to spend downtime on?
So you can use a Matok staff, you're just not proficient in it. And so you do not add your proficiency bonus to your attacks. What you can do is you can take a feat to make yourself proficient in Jaffa weaponry, which is essentially what Thalos did earlier so that he could get the extra damage from being proficient with the weapon. Because that's another element of being level 5 is the weapons you're proficient in, you deal twice as much damage with.
Okay. Russo's just gonna look around. Anyone calling dibs on those weapons? I'd like a staff.
We already have a number of them. Take one.
Go for it.
All right. And she'll just reach down and grab it and do the whole, like, basically press check it.
Yep. The head of the staff snaps open. There's this electrical that goes through it. It appears to work.
All right, and she'll close it and just hold on to it.
If you would like help you learning to use that, please let me know.
Yeah, gladly. I'll take any tips you got.
Point this end at other guy.
Like this, and Talos points his staff at Nock. Does not activate it, though.
Remember, I have button. As you see the blue shimmer between you and Nock.
Are you going to let us out?
Of course. Hits the switch. The field drops. And
Activate the staff.
Nock freezes for a brief moment. Looks your way. It's almost like he's uncertain.
I put the staff away. Talos is getting a sense of humor.
And your
Proud of
pet.
him.
Joseph Ishker will be kind of adjusting his waistcoat, brushing his sleeves off on his arm and looking around a little confused. Where did you take me?
Another planet. Just a holding place for now for you. Hopefully
Really
we
nice,
get-
isn't it?
Yeah, pleasant smell. You give us the information we want, we can maybe send you somewhere a little bit more cushy.
Okay. Kind of looks at each of you in turn. Where do I go?
Knock will set you up. Right, Knock.
Not babysitter.
Isn't that exactly what you do?
Damn it.
He has
You come.
he has information that your boss will want. Your boss is collecting Stargates. Addresses. He has them.
I will make him.
You won't need to make him.
You come. Knock grabs a hold of Joseph kind of by his shoulder. Okay. And drags him off deeper into the not too far away, just off probably this direction, off to the left side of the gate. There's a little room off the corner there.
And that's it then? He's just gonna go... Okay.
It's probably
Did you
Knock
wanna-
better.
shrugs and keeps walking.
It's probably
wanna
better
listen?
if you don't ask too many questions.
Yeah, I'm learning that.
Oh, and knock. We got the power weapon. I'll be taking a look at it quick, but feel free to interrupt me whenever you're finished babysitting.
I will be back soon. And if all of you could toss your final decisions for leveling up into Discord for me, I will do those. And we'll go around as we usually do. See what you are doing in your downtime, if there's any conversations you want to have amongst one another, things that you want to do specifically, things that you want to check on. Now is a great time to do that. So the firing range is going to go up to level 2. The mess hall and archive are both going to be bumped up. And purple, do you want to bump up the firing range?
Well, that kind of depends. Is it based off of what I'm doing, or is it based off of what I want the bonus for?
What you want the bonus for first. I'm doing.
And then we'll do the firing range. Yeah.
All right, firing range will go up to +3 then.
Eat.
+3, and then the mess hall will go up to +1. All right, all of those have been corrected and updated. If you need reminders of them, they are down in the downtime activities section of Basilisk Base. But we're going to feel free to take a few minutes, tell me what you're doing during your day. If there's any conversations you want to have amongst each other, now's a great time to have it. If you want to find Knock, that's great. Otherwise, you have, as always, an indeterminate amount of time, since time is a construct that we have built around ourselves and doesn't exist in the sewer with no light. So does anybody want to begin with what you're doing, or should I just call on you in turn?
Bruce is going to spend some time in the archive, well, quite a bit of time in the archive, basically just going over everything that she can, trying to find basically all the differences in information available between this archive and what Phoenix had. And the rest of the time she's just going to spend shadowing Thalos.
Okay. I put it too. So the archive at the Basilisk base right now is nowhere near as extensive as what was at the Phoenix base. In fact, there really hasn't been a focus on collecting as much information as I reflect on what has been brought back from the different missions. You are able to get into the computers that are there, where you learn a little bit about the planet Tanakh, which is where, this is the Undercroft, the water recycling element of this city, or this planet. You know a little bit about what was going on there. There is a little bit of information about Wepwawet that was brought back during the first mission. Prefers the symbol of a jackal standing on top of a snake. It's kind of hit and miss. Was there anything specific you wanted to look up? Because, I mean, immediately it's a lot sparser. There are some... in fact, go ahead and give me either science or investigation, your choice.
Putting that dice away. I rolled a 3. So nope.
Okay. The only thing that you come across is an encrypted file that you can make out that it's titled Phoenix. Otherwise, it's completely.
Okay.
How do you use that?
Do I use?
That was to Russo.
Oh, sorry.
This file, I have no idea it's encrypted.
I meant the device.
The computer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know human languages?
Yes.
All right, come here. This is called keyboard.
I know.
You type in it what you want. You use
I know
this.
that.
It's a mouse. You move it around. It correlates to the little arrow there. Use that to open different programs. What are you wanting to do?
I'm aware how a computer works. I'm not aware how this archive works.
Well, it's mostly just a collection of files. DM, how does this archive work?
So essentially, what I am envisioning as Basilisk's archive is, as Dr. Martin had already established that he kind of pulled together the computers in a lot of ways. My thinking is basically you've found a way to store information on whatever those computers' hard drives were.
So I'm going to just double click on the icon that says Microsoft and Carta, and it's going to open it.
Oh my god.
There's a file that's named "Click Here, damn it," that Doc Martin set up for everyone.
Okay.
Simple enough.
It's all just like straight text. There's like no GUI. It's basically command window.
It's not even like a
terminal.
notepad.
No, not even a notepad.
Okay, so all right, so there's no control F. Okay, so you're gonna type in here. You're gonna type grep, and then the term that you want to search for.
I would like to know more about Basilisk. I'd like to know what's in that archive about our
Okay, I'm gonna
person.
DM. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna look that up. Pull
All right.
Any information on Basilisk. Run a search.
Go ahead and give me a science or investigation as you
God
try
damn
and
it.
work your way through Dr. Martin's mess.
Okay, come on, new dice. Okay, let me just jail that
Can I-
one too.
Do I get like advantage for having a system, or is it disadvantage because of how I organize my stuff?
Yikes. Okay, I rolled a 4.
Okay.
So.
The only image you have seen on this so far is a very clip-arty version of Dr. Martin wagging his finger, and it says, "Nah, you didn't say the magic word. Nah, you didn't say the magic." While he comes across cold in person, Doc Martin is needily sarcastic in the computers.
I'm gonna just look back at Thalos, and apparently we need a password from the doc.
Did you try password?
You know, I didn't. DM, can I roll
Yeah,
again?
that's definitely not. Doc Martin's not the kind of one that's going to let password work.
Damn it.
This is like a 32 string randomly generated,
Uh.
yet still memorized key, I'm certain.
It's a fair chance. I'm curious if there's enough vanity that it's something just like Doc Martin is the best, or just
Boobs with a Z.
Irony.
moves with a Z. Yeah.
No access.
I am hungry. We should get something to eat. Bring your staff. I will show you how to use it.
All right. I'll stand up and follow you to the mess room. Or
I will
whatever
contemplate.
sludge-filled room that we're eating food in.
I will contemplate shooting Doc Martin's computer out of frustration before going to the mess hall.
Okay. Mechanically collect any bonuses you want. We'll kind of go through all that. Do you want to, let's see what Doc Martin and Uran are doing before we head to the mess hall.
Uran's going to do exactly what he described he's doing in the morning. So, add just, shooting at the gun range with his second favorite thing is a chain gun.
You do have somewhat limited bullets for that, theoretically.
No, we got a whole cache, remember? Unlimited ammo.
That is right. Unlimited ammo is what the DM said. You spend some time on the firing range. At some point over the couple days of downtime you have, Notcore makes his way over and watches you using the minigun. It's very loud.
Well, when you hit something with it, you no longer need to be quiet.
Sometimes, though, and Nock, in one fluid motion without even looking, pulls a blade from his belt, sends it flying down the range, and it sticks right dead center through whatever target you were shooting at. Sometimes a little finesse.
Trust me, not as fun.
And he holds out the chain gun to Nock.
Oh. Okay. Just here.
Yeah. Shows him how it works.
You see these pipes just start bursting. As they just water's raining everywhere. There's sparks flying. There is concrete or whatever it is that these walls are made of raining down. He finally lets go of the trigger. You might be right.
Uran will laugh.
What happened to your finesse, brother?
Well, there's finesse and there's art. And the two of you have a grand old time blasting away for a bit. Doc Martin.
Yeah, I think the way I envision it, the doctor is spending a good deal of time trying to look over the technology we found, specifically the big powery thing before Nock takes away like he has everything else. This one interests him. So
you are collecting things for others.
So he's gonna try and just spend some time looking through that, doing some research, trying to figure out what it does. And I think at like sometime he comes up with an idea and writes a program and just kind of leaves it to run on the terminal, and then like walks away and goes over to the shooting range and takes a couple shots while waiting, and then that should be long enough, goes back, figures out what happened, something's wrong, and reruns it, and kind of that's his little schedule over the time, I think.
Okay. Why don't you give me either an engineering or a science check, your choice.
Sure. Uh, 16.
16. While you're fiddling with this thing, at some point there is that curiosity of, what's inside. It's a fairly nondescript. It's a good-sized box. It's kind of like it's comfortably carried by two people, or, a very large, strong person could carry it themselves awkwardly. At some point you decide to kind of crack the shell and look around a little bit. And as you start looking around inside, a lot of it is the same kind of wireless Goa'uld type technology you've experienced. And the Goa'uld are scavengers. They're not creators. So whatever this is, it must have been something found and repurposed. But there is, some element of intermixing going on. you get the with the 16, you definitely get the impression there's at least two different kinds of technology working together here. And the one that's most distinct is in the very center of this case. It seems like a lot of the heft, a lot of the power is pouring out of this particular device. It looks kind of like an orangish brown crystal, kind of like a stalactite that's been, if you were to, or stalagmite, stalactite, a stalactite that if you had cut the top off to flatten it and just had the last 12 or 18 inches or so. Well, how big are they? Yeah, about that big. Set up in the as the main power source to this, and there's a faint glow within it. So yeah, at a 16, that's what you're able to piece together. You can have whatever downtime bonus you want in your exploration of all that.
Yeah.
And you also notice that someone has been trying to get into places in the archive that you didn't really intend to be gotten into.
Nobody likes a snitch.
I think he's gonna notice that. What do I know is in there?
So it's an
Or is
assortment
it just
of...
like I got a group of files and I just put them in there and locked them or whatever?
Well, they were looking up stuff on Phoenix, they were looking up stuff on Basilisk, and yeah, we've kind of established that you're the one that's pieced the computer stuff together and that sort of thing. So for Phoenix, you have a full roster of the staff at the Phoenix base. You have the gate address. You have the floor plan to the Phoenix base. You have what look like annotated notes on some of their more recent missions. Yeah, that's the gist of the Phoenix end of things.
Okay. And on the Basilisk?
The Basilisk, I mean, you tell me. What is in your Basilisk file?
I don't know. There's probably a bunch of lists on the people I worked with before.
Okay.
That's probably about it on the mission, the previous mission type things. Because you said like there's like pre getting into this group, we did things on different planets with different handlers and different technology things. That's probably what's in there for the most part.
Yep, laundry list of different gate addresses, at least the ones you could figure out. There's the notes of the very first time that you were taken to a Basilisk. I don't know how much of the details in the meeting you would have put in, but when you were approached by someone asking if you were willing to do whatever it takes to wipe out the Goa'uld, and that conversation. And then the sack that went over your head for at least 2 trips through 2 different gates. Which was particularly interesting since being a part of the SGC, you thought the only gate that's open is the one that is heavily guarded and watched all the time. So there is some uncertainty about how you started getting shunted through the gate network at first.
Gotcha. All right.
All right. Happy? Good? And then the mess hall, I think, was the last trip. Was there anything going to happen in the mess hall, or was it just filler?
I didn't have anything in particular in the mess hall besides having conversations continued with Russo and trying to help with the staff and trying to figure out how we can figure out what's in Doc Martin's archives.
I might give you that information if you...
No one's asked. It's safe to...
No, I mean without... Yeah. I think Doc Martin has an assumption of who tried to get into it.
There's only a couple of you there.
There's only a couple of us here. There's only one person that is new. So yeah, I would have that scene if that's, I don't know. Probably I think it makes sense they're in the mess hall and I enter was the way I would envision that scene.
Sounds good. And just for convenience, we'll stick you all in the mess hall. So At some point, as time passes, since time is an arbitrary thing down here in the sewers, you find yourselves in the mess hall all at the same time.
Russo.
Yeah, Doc?
What? I never really asked. Never really asked anyone, but why are you here?
Stop the
Of all the
Goa'uld,
places you could be.
right? That's why you're here, right?
Kinda.
Kinda.
I mean, you could be other places trying to stop the Goa'uld.
Could be.
Trying
I
to get to my
liked how you
files.
guys did things. You seemed to be more aware of what was going on, and she will just kind of glance at Thalos when she says that.
You will notice that Talos has moved your staff away from you so as to avoid any potential conflict.
I think you guys had the ability to get more information. Less barriers. Less meetings.
Yeah,
More
most of
direct
that's true.
approach.
You trying to get into my files?
Yeah.
I asked her to.
That's fine. Mostly keep it encrypted so that I know when someone wants in.
You don't gotta take the blame, Talos. I would have tried to get in anyway.
If you want the passwords, think about circles and say it's 7 characters.
Purple, Luca is too dumb. Help.
What would a math nerd put as his password that has to do with circles? And he's telling you the number of digits per chance.
Nope, we're gonna pretend that Russo knows what you're talking about, rather
pi.
than just. Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Nope, never would have got. We would have sat here for like hours. I would have never landed on that.
Did you pre-write pi, or did you just make that up?
I made it up as soon as they asked what my password was. I was thinking about what a math nerd's password would be. I'm like, I don't know, pi to 7 digits. That's good enough, probably.
7 numbers of pi. 3141592. There we go.
Yeah.
I asked her to look through the archives because she clearly has experience from her previous employment with researching. I asked if we had any information about our employer.
I don't have much besides probably what you have.
I feel like all of you have a whole lot of nothing.
Pretty much. I know. However they got me off of Earth, it wasn't the same gate that from SGC, but I have no idea where it would be or how that would work even.
You don't remember?
I had a bag over my head.
I'm sorry, you had a what over your head?
I think he said
sack.
bag.
Why they bag you?
I couldn't see, so I didn't know where it was.
Why?
Uran looks around.
Did they bag you?
Nope.
I
Threaten
was
me with the courts martial.
Maybe they not trust Doctor.
believe I was bagged as well.
I'm still looking confused.
They just asked me to join. I say yes.
If you'd like the experience, I can send you through the gate with a bag on your head.
If you like experience of chain gun, I could show you as well. Or spider targets. You could be one.
Noted.
That core will walk through it into the mess hall. Aren't you all happy, family?
The happiest. If we're a family, what are you, Knock? The creepy uncle?
Creepy uncle. Probably. Listen, playtime over. Come to Shopper Eye. New mission. And
What's up this time?
tell you when I get there, as he calls over his shoulder while he is walking back to the Stargate. Anything you want, need, or would like to collect before meeting with Nock is completely in your wheelhouse, or in your power.
Answers, really, but yeah. So, DM, I have now accumulated the MPs to purchase a feat.
Yes.
Is it possible for me to get the Matok staff feat?
Yep. If you have the MP for it, feel free to spend that MP, and essentially part of your downtime activities was learning to use a Matok staff from Thalos.
Hell yes.
Any other questions or anything anyone wants before you make your way to the Stargate?
Not for me. I would make my way to the Stargate.
Yep.
Good. Something important. The tension dice for this mission is going to be a D10.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Getting
You
pretty
all
tense.
make your way to the Stargate. Nock is standing there, as is his typical pose, arms crossed. Ishkar was helpful.
That's
It's
good.
nice that I have more company while you away.
So he's still alive?
He may know more.
Perfect. We brought you a pet. I think maybe he's the dad that doesn't like the dog until you get a dog, and then it's all of a sudden his favorite animal.
What is dog?
Ishkar.
Oh, Knock, I feel bad for you.
Is it food?
No.
Some people maybe.
No.
Well, anyway, the masters are pleased so far with what you have brought. The device, pointing to Doc Martin, make them very happy.
Good. It seemed a very impressive device. Couldn't
And I'm
quite
sorry,
figure
Knock,
out-
I didn't catch their name. What was their name again?
The master's name?
Yeah. I didn't catch it the first time you said.
You have not heard the first time I said.
No, I'm pretty sure you told me. Could you just remind me really quick?
You are new and ambitious and curious. All you need be is effective.
All right. Well, it was worth a try.
We are nearing a good place. The masters are impressed. But, he begins dialing, there is a new world to visit. planet called Marabi. North from gate is temple. Enter temple, retrieve treasure.
What kind of treasure?
There could be much. Not positive. Remember, Basilisk offers opportunity.
So nothing specific this time.
Uncertain what is within. All of you have done well enough to go high risk. Huh? If it looks shiny, bring it back. What else you need?
Do we know
Knock, you
what
look
the-
shiny.
Knock, pretend that did not happen.
Russo, you were saying.
Do we have something we can send through? Make sure we won't implode upon entering.
You
Yes.
last one.
Of a Malp, right?
We could also send Uran's pet.
Can that thing radio back?
I'd send you first.
You could try.
Okay. Is the gate open?
The gate opens up.
Neat. No, we're not gonna do combat this time. I thought about it. I'm just gonna athletics against athletics, pick you up, toss you in.
We shall avoid player on player at the moment.
All right.
I'll get the Malp.
You grab a hold of the mount, have it rewired to go through the vacuum that was used previously for the recon drone that you used, and you send the mount through the event horizon. It passes through. There is that, and as it gets into the gate and comes out the other side, immediately the video feed starts showing these blasts of earth, and the signal coming through audio wise sounds like Matok staff blasts, and there are laser rifle blasts. There's smoke in the air. There is some kind of a conflict going on the other side of the gate. I can toss a Malp on the beach that you land on.
Is this
As soon-
Normandy?
As soon as I find, where did the Malp go? There's the
Oh
Malp.
my god, it is. I love it.
Fantasy.
Um,
It have tossed you through.
They playing.
Save money.
And then I need to give everyone control of the Malp, otherwise no one can move it.
Oh, there we are.
And I'm hitting the buttons that are supposed to do that, and it's not letting me. Details. Controlled by all players. There we go. Fixed. It passes through, and yep, that is what you see. As always, you have control of the Malp. And as always, you can make various checks that you have to do recon before.
Well, that looks like quite a mess.
Are we wanting to go right into that, or wait for them to all kill themselves first before going in? Maybe throw a grenade.
Might take a long time.
GM, is that a cliff there?
So what you are seeing, yeah, it's a little tough to identify everything. So I will zoom out and I will start pinging, starting at the Stargate. The Stargate, as they tend to be, are on their own platform, kind of raised up a little bit. There seems to be ruins of a sort around you. The wall here around is a cliff that goes down. It's hard to tell how far with where the Malp is at the moment. If the Malp was at the edge, you'd be able to tell. There's a rickety wooden bridge going across a raised area that's the same height as this one. So those two are the same height. My ping is green. Sorry, that's hard to see. And then there is another cliff that goes down to a beach of some kind. The water actually appears to be a river rather than any other kind of large body of water. It's tropical. There are palm trees, a very light mist in the air, along with all of the smoke and the dirt being thrown everywhere. And yeah, there's laser fire coming from the north and the south, and there are Jaffa in the center returning fire.
All right, who votes we just toss a bunch of grenades in there and then find this temple?
We only have a couple C4 chart, or we have some C4 we can use. Throw it in. If we can get in good spots, might be good enough.
More likely to destroy gates than huts.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get it that far through.
Doc Martin, you know enough about the gates to know that it would take so much C4 to blow up a gate. You're more likely to just bury it than anything else.
Yeah, but that's not really helpful either. So.
As you're watching this battle play out on the vacuum, one of the Jaffa goes down. There are some yells from the north and the south, and one of the Jaffa points over toward the Stargate. It has opened, gotten their attention. They looked and they see the puddle of the Stargate and the Malp sitting in front of it, and its camera kind of going back and forth. And you're able to make out one of them starts giving instructions, and they take up defensive positions, pointing their matocks toward the gate. And one of them takes a shot at the Malp.
All right, well, whatever we do, we should do it fast.
I have a question before we do this roll. Sorry, it's about what happened before the roll. If I'm looking with them and we can hear what they said, I feel like I would know what they said.
Yeah, so you can hear basically just instructions. Someone's coming through.
Okay.
One says it's them.
Well, that's not okay.
And as always, if you want to make any, if you want to see anything specific, I'll probably ask perception checks, that sort of thing. Air's breathable, all the basic will we die if we walk through things. Is there any
strange weather? Any weird looking clouds?
Interestingly enough,
the
barometric pressure rating that you insisted be on the main screen is normal and comfortable.
Okay.
Well, if we don't want our mouth blown up, we should probably go through.
I asked my question and no one responded, so I feel like she's just waiting to see what you guys are gonna propose.
Sure.
If we don't want our only probe blown up, we should probably get through there, I think.
You want to go through into that.
There's a lot of confusion. We should be able to slip through, maybe.
Thalos walks through.
Okay.
Runs behind him.
Okay.
Follow after.
All right. Notcore is going to look at Rousseau. It seems they are excitable.
Yep. I can't say that I hope to see you again, but I do hope to survive this. I'll catch you later, Knock.
Have fun.
I'm just gonna walk through after them.
You think you just barely catch "Be back before street lamps come on" as you pass through the gate. I will toss you all on the ramp. You may sort yourselves behind the Malp however you would like. I'll move it up just a little bit. As I am generous and benevolent and don't want you to smash into the back of a Malp. And then, yeah, I will need everyone to go ahead and click your token and roll initiative, because we're going to have to do this in an order. Otherwise, it's going to not be good.
Can we take a quick break too after we get that done?
Yeah, we'll roll initiative and then we'll take just a quick 5-minute break.
Also confirming we got a long rest.
Yes, yeah, it's been like days. So when I talk about, anytime I talk about downtime, it's a multiple days.
Okay, just making sure.
In the grand scheme of things. So just kind of a shorthand for, whatever the world is going on.
Time isn't
They
real.
go. Time isn't real. Time is a construct. There are few things as difficult to keep track of in RPGs of any kind as time, and that is good. So we're all set. We're going to take a quick break, but as they walk through, find themselves in an absolute mess. And when we get back, we'll see what happens. So stick around. We'll be back in probably 5 minutes or so. Hello and welcome back. Thank you for sticking around for that brief break while we took care of things needing taken care of. We left off with the Basilisk cell deciding, well, they're going to break our only remaining way to look through a gate before jumping in, so we probably ought to go stop that. And proceeded to, one at a time, jump into a firefight. So that is exactly where we pick up with a group of Jaffa firing down at assailants to their north and south. You are on equal footing with the Jaffa. There's a wooden bridge that leads to that same platform they are on. One of them, at least, is looking at you, pointing frantically at the moment, yelling out in Jaffa, Cree! Cree! Because that's what they say. And laser blast coming north and south. We are in order, and the group to the south have the first turn. Each of them are going to, stand up, take a couple pot shots, and then 3 of them come out at the same time, and they rest these. You would think they look a little primitive, but they're long rifles on the end of stands that have blades on them. They stick the stand in the ground, they put the long rifle in, they pull the trigger, and a volley of laser blasts come shooting out toward the Jaffa, and it mows down 2 of them. Jeez. It was, I guess, a 20% chance. So as these 7 different people down here are blasting, they managed to knock out 2 of the Jaffa. It is Doc Martin's turn.
All right. One of the Jaffa is pointing a staff directly at us.
Yes.
I think.
We'll say this guy by the DHD, which is unusually small on this map. Sorry, I messed up the scale.
It's all right. Yeah, I think the doctor would probably, seeing that, not liking a rifle pointed at us, will try and finagle his way a little bit off to his side, and take a shot with his rifle.
Hey, 26 definitely hits.
Didn't have advantage, otherwise I could have got that crit. 18 damage.
18 is a solid chunk of damage. Does not go down, but they are definitely hurting. Anything else?
I think that's all I got.
From the other side to the north, this other group starts pointing and calling and giving instructions. They're over there. More have come through the gate. They look different. It's just focus on the invaders. And all of them will keep shooting toward the Jaffa. They do much poorer than their compatriots to the south, and all of them they're more like popping up, and their laser rifles are shorter than the ones to the south. They're popping up. They take a shot, popping back down, and you hear this. At least Doc Martin, you can probably just barely hear this buzzing sound as capacitors are refilling. They take wild shots and don't get anything done. Robotic.
All right.
Ron's turn.
So Ron wants to do, upon seeing them across the bridge, Let me see. Will you allow it? Does this cover this stone here, or is it just there decoration?
Which stone? Ping it again.
Where's my ping button?
Just click on the map, long click.
Oh, there we go.
Yes, you can take cover behind that.
All right, cover there, and I want to throw a satchel of C4 at the bridge.
You want to throw C4 at the bridge.
Yes.
Okay. You go ahead and prime. You say satchel, but this isn't going to take a lot.
Well,
you just want to use one small brick.
Yeah, I'm going to use one of my 3.
Okay. So you prime one of your bricks of C4. Are you doing a timed fuse? Are you doing a remote fuse? What are you doing?
Let's see, considering where they are. Let's do remote.
All right. So you shove a remote detonator into a brick of C4 and you toss it toward the bridge. You're only 3 or 4 meters away from it. It's a decent sized bridge. I would like you to go ahead and roll to hit that, but it's not going to be very difficult to do so.
What do you want me to roll?
Dexterity proficiency.
Okay.
Yep, 10's plenty. It wasn't even as high as 10. You toss this brick of C4 over. It hits the wooden planks of the bridge, falls over a couple times, and there is a brick of C4 with a remote detonator sitting on the bridge.
Cool. And I will hold action. Oh, I guess that's the end of my turn, actually.
That's the end of your turn, and I am going to grab how about yellow? And we are going to put a yellow block on the bridge right there. The Jaffa, the one that is staring at all of you, takes a shot in your direction. The others are more focused elsewhere, and I only assigned one of these. Sorry, 1 second. So I have to grab it from here. So he turns. He saw Doc Martin take a shot at all of you, so he's going to shoot back at Doc Martin. Levels his Matok staff, and an 8 misses terribly. It blasts into the stone in front of you, and the rock is sufficient cover that you don't even have to make a dex save to avoid the shockwave as it dissipates up and around. The others take shots. We shall see. That one shoots up at this group and hurts one of them, but doesn't take them out. The next one shoots down to the south and kills one of... My windows are in my way. Kills one down here. Next one is a 10, which kills another one down here. The next one is a 10, which kills another one down here, and they got 4 shots, so that is all of their turn as they practically wipe out the group of people to the south. Talos, it's your turn.
So, if this has already been done, please let me know, but there's clearly 3 different groups. I'm assuming the northern group and the southern group look different.
Yes.
And the middle group is at least aware of us.
Yes.
I'm curious if I can get a sense of the battlefield. Like who is actually actively fighting who, whether the Jaffa that have pointed at us are actually hostile, whether the other 2 groups have noticed us. I just want to get like battlefield awareness.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception check. I think that would be a good one for that, unless you have a recommendation for something else.
No, perception's good. I also have the +2 to wisdom from, or to perception from, I don't remember why. Oh, pick one thing. Yeah, mess hall.
Mm-hmm.
So it is 14.
14. You take a look around. Yes, there are 3 distinct groups. The Jaffa are fighting against both the groups to the north and the south. The groups on the north and the south are fighting against the Jaffa. And with a 14, you can sense some wariness between the groups to the north and the south. They're definitely different. They appear to be, they're fighting differently. You're not positive how hostile they are to each other yet, if they even are hostile to each other. And 16, you also get, you kind of have that same feeling
14.
about them regarding, 14, sorry. That same feeling about them regarding you is you can't tell if they are hostile towards you or not. They are kind of looking at all of you warily also and are much more concerned with the Jaffa that were already there.
So nobody's
Answer.
really hostile towards us.
The Jaffa are.
The Jaffa are. All of them.
Yeah.
Not just the one that shot.
Oh, yeah. Yep. You definitely got the sense that they were instructed to do so.
Gotcha.
They seem to be in kill 'em all mode.
Gotcha. If that counts as my action, I'm done.
Okay. You're going to just stand in the middle of the gate there?
No, I'll go forward.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Rocks, trees, various cover, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I guess if I can jump down off this little tiny platform, I would take cover by this tree.
Yep, sounds good. You can have partial cover from a tree. Rousseau, last on the list, last through the gate.
So, did we establish what symbol these Jaffa are wearing?
No one has established that yet.
Can I see what they are wearing?
It's tough to see from here. I mean, remember, this is a symbol on a forehead that's about this size.
You know
In
what?
the
I've
middle of
realized
combat.
I don't actually care. I'm gonna open up my Matop and just start shooting at them. I don't know why I'm like trying to discern. Are these less bad? Yeah, no, they're Jaffa. I'm
What
gonna
Jaffa are
just.
those? I don't care.
Yeah.
Bad team, best team.
Yeah. Yeah, I am going to fire at them, and if I can remember how to do that with my brand new weapon, I will definitely figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
My weapon that I just barely got. Okay, so I believe I am doing a +5, and it's 3d6 + 1. Does that sound right?
Because you are now proficient in it, and because you have the special combat feat that everyone gets at level 5, it is actually twice its normal damage, so it is 6d6
Yes.
instead of 3d6.
Yes. Okay.
Because instead of getting multiple attacks, you get double damage.
Will my dice treat me nice? An 18 plus 5.
18 will
So
definitely hit.
And then 66 plus. You know what? I'm gonna do this and roll 20 because I am not going to roll that many dice and try and add them.
And you're shooting the same one that leveled its staff at you?
Yes.
Yep. Yep. You
31.
catch him full in the chest, and he goes flying backwards.
Oh, I'm gonna look down at this beautiful, beautiful weapon and just like grin. Finally feeling effective for the first time in ages. Sweet. I guess that is my action, so.
Yep.
Turns over.
Would you like to hang out on the wide open ramp standing in front of the Stargate? Or
No,
do you wanna-
you're very good to me. No, I am going to move down off the thing. I'm gonna try and get behind that rock.
Okay, sounds good.
Down there.
The group to the south starts to kind of regroup and pull back together as they have started losing some of their forces. What appears to be the leader of it is yelling out instruction. Pull back, get closer together. Fire in unison and then split. Fire and then split. They all pull together. They take their shot. They do awful. And then they split apart to take cover. That's not working very well. You need to shoot straighter. Dr. Martin.
I'm not quite sure what I want to do at this point. Are any of the other Jaffa like they're in general threat mode, but are any of them seem to be zeroed in on us?
You definitely saw a trio of them look your way after Rousseau took out one of their numbers so effectively, and you also took a very good shot at him.
Okay, so Are those
they
like the
know
three
they
closest
see
to
you
us?
as a threat. Yes,
Do
the
they
three
see us as a
closest
threat?
to you.
Are they focused on us, or are they focused on other threats? At this point?
You get the sense that they are shifting focus.
Hmm.
There is gesturing and pointing and
Ran away, would they still focus us? Is maybe what I'm thinking. Guess I'll try and be quick. I'll just take a shot at one of the closest ones that,
Sure.
if it is that are gaining us focus on them.
sounds good. The only one that has cover from you is this one, so the other ones are fine.
Yeah, I'll take
23 is going to
the
hit any of
closest
them
one.
anyway.
Yep, I'll take the closest one for 19 damage. So,
23 is great. 19 damage is good. You get a good shot on it. Ugh. You can see it. The Jaffa kind of reaches up and pushes at the hole that's now in the part of their chest.
all right, what's the plan? Are we going to finish all these Jaffa off, or do we want to see if we can't sneak away while they're still fighting each other?
I'm gonna look around. Does there seem to be any chance that we can sneak away from this situation in which we have just killed Jaffa? After
I mean,
busting in through the gate. I'm gonna look
you
back
could-
at you. Do you think we're sneaking away from this, Doc?
If they're all engaged, we get far enough away, they're not going to worry about us.
Are they?
Last time they chased us halfway around the planet.
I'd rather just
They
take
seem
him out, Doc.
preoccupied. Okay.
I just wonder if they're defending the DHD, and if they are, what are they going to do with it?
Good point. They're probably going to dial home and maybe to get reinforcements, so it's probably worth it to stop them before it.
Alright, so we're shooting him, yeah?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. To the
Alright.
north, there is a group of that northern group of riflemen. There is a woman leading it, and she's going to call out. It looks like they're attacking the Jaffa. Leave them be. Focus fire on the Jaffa. And you hear a bunch of like humming from over there, but instead of a whole volley of shots, there's only like 1 or 2 shots that come out, and they are not particularly effective as those laser blasts fly over the top. It is Uran's turn.
All right. Since they are taking shots from here, I would just fire from cover.
All right, go ahead.
That'll be the closest.
Yep, the one that has been shot once. Feel free to open up. There is the as the you lose control. The bullets just start blasting all around the Jaffa. He actually stumbles back a little bit and tries to like dive behind cover somewhere else as you just rip apart the earth all around him. But unfortunately, yeah.
Did you add your +3 from the firing range?
All
on
you
there
did was
too?
rip apart that earth around him.
That will make it 13.
I don't know if that makes a difference, but just for the future.
Sorry,
Yeah, I
something
forgot.
just went weird in my headset.
Us talking?
I lost everyone.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
All right, you're back. All
We
right,
can
I
hear
got
you.
it.
Hey,
Yep. So the cord came out of my headset a little bit.
Did
Um,
what I told Uran that he did have a +3 from the armory on top of that for
Oh,
future ones. I don't know if 13 made it.
13 won't hit either. But yes,
For
you do have a
future ones,
+3
we'll
from.
remember.
Okay. I
Yep, that's what those downtime bonuses are for.
Completely forgot already after break.
So yeah, you missed terribly. They dive for cover, and it is their turn. This one that you took your shot at is now concerned for his life. He goes to hard cover instead of the soft cover there. This one's also more concerned about all of you. Goes to hard cover there. Those 3 open up, and they're going to shoot at Talos Uran or no, not Talos. He hasn't shot at him. At Uran, Doc Martin, and Rousseau. Where did the button go? There it is. So at Uran, that's a terrible miss. Blast against the rock. The 19 does catch Doc Martin for 11 damage and a dex save to keep from getting thrown backwards. And Rousseau is also a 19.
Doesn't hit.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yours is higher.
What?
Oh, hot.
7's a failure. Doc Martin, you are blasted backwards and you fall prone.
And it was 11 damage?
Correct.
Okay.
There's the
A
prone
19
button.
almost doesn't hit, but it does.
I know. It goes nuts. The other ones each take, one group takes a shot to the north, and one shot to the south. The one to the north does kill one of the group up here. Talos.
Yeah, so anyway, I started blasting too. I'm gonna take an attack, I guess.
Okay.
And I don't know why I'm not remembering this. It's not a second attack, it's just the one attack, right?
It's one attack and it's twice
And I
as
get
strong.
66. Yes. Yes! 18.
18 will hit. Wait, no. 18 will not hit. It hits the hard cover that they're hiding behind.
I will remain behind cover, I guess. I am mad.
Rousseau?
I'm just continuing to blast, so let's go. Targeting the next Jaffa, and I'm gonna do that again.
Okay, so to help out a little bit, this one in front of you has hard cover, but these ones don't have cover against you. So I don't know if you want to shoot at ones without cover or ones with cover.
Yeah, I'm doing easy pickings.
Okay, so we'll this one up here.
Can you ping that again?
Sorry, the one furthest to the north,
There, yeah. Okay.
if that's all right with you.
Oh no, a 10.
A 10 won't. It will not hit the one up there. You take your shot and it goes wide and long, and
The glory I felt that last turn has faded. Okay, that's it for me.
the group to the south again. They start organizing and orchestrating. One of them yells out, "The Serpent will protect us! Finish them!" And takes a shot up toward the Jaffa, and does not do anything helpful. Martin, go ahead. And I'm abbreviating their entire turn, so it's just easier for them to hit when there's more of them. So
Gotcha. There's something I wanted to look at, but I don't think it works. Yeah, no. Okay. If I stay prone, do I get like just disadvantage on my attacks or anything with the sniper rifle?
they get disadvantage on attacks against you.
Okay. So I can just stay down and still won't hit me most likely. If I so these ones as well also still have hard cover, you're saying?
Yes. Yep. The ones adjacent to the pillars all have hard cover against you because of the directions. These two you can't see because the center pillar is too
thing's big.
large.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll just go with the same one I did even with the hard cover. I feel like
Okay.
sniper
Sounds
rifle. I feel like he should have a good chance whether it actually affects the outcome or not. 19.
19 is exactly enough.
Okay. Yeah, 15 more points. So he kind of just
Uh,
waits for the last moment and then as he spins out.
That one has been shot once before. It's he sticks his head up, levels his Matok staff in your general direction, and you catch him poof, right in the middle of the tattoo, and he falls in a heap.
I won't be able
Anything
to tell
else?
who that guy belonged to. No.
To the north, this group reposition a little bit, scoot around behind each other. The woman in charge, that appears to be in charge, calls out to them, "All right, you're recharged. Fire!" And then a much larger volley comes from them this time around, and takes out one of the Jaffa in the corner, the one that Rousseau was taking a shot at. Just falls under the withering white laser fire. Uran.
Right. Sadly, can't really know what C4 is, or just cover. So there's no clear line of fire. I'm just gonna fire again. I'm not crossing that bridge. Where's my gun button?
All right, who you shooting at?
Let's say this guy.
Okay, he's gonna have hard cover, so you know.
Oh. They all got hard cover, don't they?
At the moment, this one you can see, and they don't have cover from you.
Okay. Okay, let's go get that guy.
All right, sounds good.
God bless. Yep. Back to the regular dice. I just wanted to keep it in 20, but 20 don't want me to stay in.
So with a natural one, you level your chain gun, it whirs up, and it just rips apart nothing of value.
Nothing.
Tearing up the ground, hitting the stones. The Jaffa kind of duck, and the stones like bounce against the armor on the back of their scale, and they turn around to level a shot at you. And now the group is getting a little bit more concerned about your group. So they are going to... Those two will still go that direction, and the other three are going to go there. This one, 3, 4, 5, is going to go charging towards you after the captain says, "Get in there!" Actually, they say, "Jaffa Cree!" and they point at you because that is all the instruction Jaffa need. And Jaffa goes running across. So he starts running on his way over. He takes a shot at, say Rousseau. 16 will miss as the bridge is bouncing beneath him. I mean, it was a wild shot anyway. It just goes way out.
I do have a
into
nice
the rest
rock
of
by me too, so
these two will take shots at Uran, who is 18 and 18. You have hard cover, so add 5 to your AC.
That misses.
Both miss. This other one takes a shot at Talos, I suppose. He did take a shot this time.
He did.
And gets all of a 9.
No, thank you.
Other two are going to shoot to the north, miss terribly, and it is Talos' turn as the Jaffa kind of switch to try and get closer as they seem to can't connect from there. And this Jaffa is close enough that all of you can now see the tattoo on his forehead without any check at all. It is it's the symbol of Wepwawet.
Yeah, I would like to fire my staff at the bridge.
Okay.
In front of the C4.
Okay.
And in front of the Jaffa.
Okay. Now for setting expectations, are you wanting the blast to set off the C4?
No.
Okay, just wanted to check.
But I'm okay if it does.
Okay.
Here's my attack roll. It's a 10.
A 10 will hit a wooden bridge, yes.
Wonderful. My intent was to shoot so that the shockwave would knock the Jaffa off the bridge.
Yep, sounds good. So the Jaffa will get a dexterity save, which fails. And yeah, you take your shot at the bridge. It hits the bridge. The entire bridge shudders. You take out planks of this bridge. It doesn't go down completely, but it looks like another shot of that power would definitely wipe out the bridge. And the Jaffa is thrown off the bridge, and he falls about 30 feet below. And there is a crunch at the bottom of the fall.
Bonus action smirk.
Smirk away. It's a good smirk. Roll for smirk.
It's definitely a charisma check. So here you go. It's a 20. It's a dirty 20.
The dirty smirk. Rousseau.
Okay, so I'm just gonna run up here to try and get a clear shot on this guy, since this guy is behind a rock, right?
Correct.
Okay. And I'm gonna take a shot. Never mind.
You're like, I can picture
Dice in
Rousseau's
the
like
jail, getting out a new one.
coaxing this staff that did so good on its first shot. It's like, come on, girl, come on, come on. And it goes wide again.
My impotent rage knows no bounds. Okay.
The group to the north reposition a little bit. The one that you're kind of close to, he comes over next to the rock and looks up your way, and he's about 10 feet or so below you. You can just kind of make out his head. Who are all of you?
This guy right above me.
Yes.
Enemies of them.
Good. Us too. And they will pop up. They will take just their handful of shots this time, as nothing has recharged for them, which isn't enough to kill any of the Jaffa, just peppering them with just a couple of these white streaks come flying out. You hear the woman's voice from across the way. Focus! Recharge! Doc Martin?
Alright, seeing actions where everyone's moving. This guy stepped right where the last guy I killed was, so I'm just gonna, the sniper rifle's already trained in.
Sounds
So
good.
I think I'm just gonna go for that one. See how it works. Not as well, it looks like 16.
Not enough. He is a little bit shorter than the other guy, and the bullet goes high.
That's all I got, I think.
Okay. I did the wrong group, so I will switch to the other group. The southern four of what's left of those 7, they also position up. They take their shots. The leader of that group's going, "Get them! Do not let these insolent and dirty creatures soil our land!" And they start taking shots and miss awful. Just really awful. Robotic, go ahead.
All right. So since let's see. I'm just gonna fire one more time. Actually, it's a dice. I'll just roll for damage in there. I'm talking about 17 by itself.
Okay. Now remember, your gun is always at disadvantage.
Yep, that is. Oh crap! Wait, didn't I get a proficient? No, you know what? I don't think I did. And that's a 20. So there.
So the 17 on the dice, or 17 total?
No, yes, 17 on the dice.
Okay, then yeah, with all of your modifiers, that is definitely going to hit. Feel free to roll damage.
36.
And 36, and tell me which one disappears into a red mist.
We will make this guy right here.
Yep. Again, your chain gun whirs up, and this time you just walk it right up into the Jaffa, and he's gone.
He will not be missed.
The remaining 4 look to their commander, Kree, and they all come together, and the leader points and goes, "Go! For Lord Wepwawet! Kill them!" And these 3 are going to go running towards you all. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one will run there. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. This one to there. 4. That one will run in the direction of Rousseau. And the leader will go up over next to the DHD. And they had to run to get over there because it's more than 6. So that is that. It is Talos' turn. You're muted. As a Jaffa runs up in your face, Matok staff raised to block you with it.
Everything I want to do will end badly, so I'm going to melee attack him.
Okay.
Where am I?
Love that confidence.
No. I'm gonna. You know what? Talos said it. Trust your teammates. I'm gonna shoot at this guy.
All right, sounds good. Go ahead.
It was 25.
25 will hit. 18 is good damage. They may or may not go flying away from... they save, so they don't go flying. And they are above Uran, so I'm not going to make Uran do that check. And at 18, they're not dead, but they are in bad shape.
For clarification, I meant this guy.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's fine.
That's okay.
Then nothing changes about my statement except for which guy gets the damage. He stumbles forward as he was running toward Rousseau, and you clocked him right in the back. Rousseau, you have a stumbling Jaffa coming your way.
See if I can hit. Come on. Hey, I'm just gonna use roll 20 from now on.
How bad is it that you're going to roll 20?
I have rolled like 6 3s across multiple d20s.
Wow.
It's bad.
Were you like on the same flight as Will Wheaton or something?
No, it's not fair. Okay, well, that's it for me.
The blast goes flying past it, and you're starting to wonder if somebody messed with the sights on this thing.
Yep.
The riflemen to the south, you hear their commander go, "Form up! Follow them! Don't let the filth escape!" They will hop up to there, and hop up to there, and hop up to there, and hop up to there. Those 4 will take their shots, and they don't have a very good chance of hitting. And that is enough. The one Talos that ran up to you catches these white laser blasts in the side of, all across their side and drop. Doc Martin.
I'll try and aim for this one straight in front that's running after Russo. If I can remember where it is on the sheet. There we go. Is a 17 hit?
17 will hit, yes.
22 points of damage.
22, that one was already shot once. Just as Rousseau's Matok Plasma Blast goes flying past him, he kind of ducks and stands back up and raises Matok's staff. Spins around as the sniper rifle shot takes him in the chest, spins and falls dead. There are just the 2 left. This group is going to form up here. They take their shot. This time they are fully charged, and it doesn't do them any good. They miss completely. Robotic, you have a Jaffa above you with their Matok staff over their head, ready to come down at you, and another one over by the DHD. It's your turn.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's be more exciting. Is this one injured in any way, or is he fresh?
That one is fresh.
All right. Plonk him in the head with my gun, I guess.
All right.
So that is a 14.
14 is not enough. You try and sweep your minigun to sweep his legs as he's just above you on that landing. He hops over it. Anything else on your turn?
It's just the one now. I am going to stay engaged with him. Yeah. No, I'm good.
All right.
Am I continuing engaged with him?
Yeah, you're engaged with him.
Okay.
He jumps over and swings his Matak down towards your head for a 22 to hit, which definitely hits.
Yeah.
As you get clocked in the side of your head, you take 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
The other one, you see them try to dial the gate, but the gate is not responding at all. And his fist is slamming the top of the DHD. Seeing he's not getting anywhere, he looks up and takes a random shot at Rousseau. 14 is going to miss as his Matak Blast also goes flying. Thalos, there's 2 left alive.
I will come over to this guy and come up behind him as he is engaged with Uran. And I would actually no. Here, this is the flavor for this flank. I would like to grab the back of his neck and hold it there, looking over its shoulder at Uran and say, "I believe this one is yours," to give him advantage for flanking. Now you're muted, I think.
Me?
Yep, sorry. I was. You grab a hold of the back of his neck, kind of flinches at your touch. Combat tries spinning around, definitely distracted. And it's Rousseau's turn. Rousseau's turn.
So it's just that last, hold on, dude, and you gave him to Uran, or wait, this dude over here, right? Right here.
Yeah, I was just flanking to set
I
this
did it
one up.
again. I muted myself again. Yeah, there's one at the DHD.
Okay. I thought you had said that was the last guy. Okay.
Last 2.
Okay. All right. Then I am going to use Roll20 to attempt to shoot at that guy across on the little island cliff there.
That is a 7 on the dice for a total of 12.
I am just going to look at this staff and just utter a stream of curses. And that's my turn.
It seems the staff is unbothered by your frustration. The group to the south continue to leapfrog their way over. The leader of that group going, "Don't let any of them escape. We don't have a good shot. Shoot that one." Pointing over at the DHD. They take their shots. They are right. They do not have a shot. And it's Martin's turn.
Alright, Martin is going to focus on the one that he has a clear shot on already. That's on that DHD, I think.
Sounds good.
So 24 hit.
A 24 will hit.
31 points of damage.
31 is enough to take him out in the first shot.
Right for the head as he turns after that shot towards Russo.
He turns from the shot that missed. He's just getting ready to taunt Rousseau when the bullet catches him and he drops the heap. The group over here, the one that addressed Rousseau before, looks up and goes, "You need to be careful of the others. Have they attacked you yet?"
Down there? No. Have they? They haven't attacked her. Why? What?
Take
What's
care of the
their deal?
snakes. Can't be trusted.
Like actual snakes or just metaphor?
Some say they're snakes in human skin, but no, that's just what we say.
sounds like a local dispute. We're really just after these guys.
Okay. Uran, your turn.
All right, let's see. Uran's finally gonna take a swing at him. You know, he's right there, lined up, holding my gun to his chest. You know, and 15.
You try and spin up the barrel, and he grabs the barrel, and because of how this gun works, he can stop it from spinning. And it does not spin up.
Wow.
In turn, he turns around to
Did you take
try
the
and
advantage from Thalos to make it a single roll, or were you still rolling at disadvantage? Just out of curiosity.
I'll still roll a disadvantage, but
I don't know if it worked or not.
No, if so, a melee attack with a
Gotcha.
chain gun, chain gun is always disadvantaged. So with advantage, it's a flat roll. So was that the result of your flat roll?
Oh no, that was the lower of the two. So then it's
What's
17.
What's the higher of the two?
The higher of the two is 14.
Right.
So
The first one.
17.
Sorry, gosh dang it. 17. Yes, that will
Yes.
hit. I'm counting. I was looking at something else and losing focus. That's enough. You open up. You roll the dice.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Now Real Tony wants to actually roll 35.
I hit a wrong button, and he convulses. And Thalos, you have to dive as a minigun opens up on the other side of you.
Yeah, I was thinking it would be a melee attack, but it's cool.
As you dive for cover, as the top half of this Jaffa just kind of disappears. All of the Jaffa are taken care of. The group that was coming up from the south makes it to this stairwell. They get to the top of the stairwell, kind of looking your way. The group over here fall back a bit to kind of fall back together. And then I'm going to drop us out of combat. As you hear a voice over the den, and it's kind of hard to tell where it comes from. So, who are you? Where do you come from?
It's this guy above me talking? That guy?
I left it ambiguous because I didn't know who would survive. So we'll
There
say
was there was a dude
guy
closer
talked.
to me, but I guess he went away.
He backed up. We'll say the ones from the south are going, "You newcomers, what are you doing here?"
I'm up north, so I assume they're talking to the guys.
Yeah. Anybody down around there?
I feel like I dove this way to get out of the way.
If they won't answer, then prepare to engage.
Uran will look at the bodies around him and just point and just say, "Hunting."
You chose some good prey, but the hunt is not over yet, new friend.
You have
Did those wanderers run away screaming yet? We're still up here.
I'm
We
gonna
will
turn to
hunt
the
all
dock.
of you down.
This is now where we just go to the temple.
Or we align ourselves with whoever isn't in control of the temple.
Do you know?
We could try asking. I'm guessing since we're supposed to go north, probably the people in the north have it. That'd be a guess, though.
I'm gonna turn to the guy that I've been talking with. You know where a temple is, friend?
He gestures to the wall that he's kind of hiding behind. He said, "There are ruins everywhere. What temple are you looking for?"
Large structure, mostly intact.
There's some along the river somewhere.
Turn back to Doc. Yeah? North?
I don't know what you're looking for.
You
Doc,
know what?
Come,
Neither do I,
let's-
friend.
Doc, who would you like to align yourself with? These folks to the north or these ones to the south?
Whoever isn't going to mind if when we take what we want.
GM, can I tell who's not going to mind?
The-
Do I get a
so
sense of who has questionable morals among the two groups?
The guy that is talking with Rousseau, he's going to say, Ningle, they want to talk. She yells across the way, Amir, they want to talk. Are we going to talk? Amir yells back, I won't talk to you, filthy Bedu. You wanderers don't know what's right and good for you. Disperse. You hear the woman call back, just collect your dead and get out of here. We'll talk to them then. Amir down there goes, I'm not. He just pauses for a second. And then after he pauses that second, he kind of shakes his head and says, no, we are going to speak with them. There's just this tension.
Sounds like we're popular. I think we can take either side if we want.
Your choice, Doc.
Can I make an assessment? I think I have an assessment, but I wonder if like necessarily Doc Martin has a knowledge of it. Which of them seems to have better guns?
Give me well, your initial thought is they're almost identical weapons wise, they're just shaped differently.
Okay.
So go ahead and give me maybe a perception or a culture check. I'd accept either one as you saw the battle play out.
I think I'll do culture. Is that? Yeah, that's right. 22.
22. So the group to the north, their fighting style was much more like guerrilla warfare. They fought apart from each other. They ducked behind trees. They moved around a lot, even if they didn't in the during the battle, they were shifting around, taking cover, popping up. The ones to the south were much more regimented. They would come together to fire together, much more structured and ordered. So that's kind of the initial distinction that you get from the two groups.
Is it my decision, or do we want to make a group decision?
I mean, over the table, I've been talking to the North guys, so...
I think, in my thought, the orderly are probably not going to want to give us anything, even if we are stronger than them, because order. And if we go with chaos, we could probably, or the guerrilla warfare, I guess. They may have better morals, but in theory, they may not have the power to back it up, is the thought.
But the more orderly would probably have better things for us to take. No?
Go with them and backstab?
Possible.
I'm fine with that option.
All right. You want to do that?
Let's do it.
Okay.
So the two groups kind of looking in your general direction. How do you approach it?
Doc?
Hey, you to the south. Come up here, I'd like to talk with you. Trudeau, was it?
My name is Amir Ben Era. I think you should come here. I'm not getting any closer to those Bedu.
Well,
They
if you don't get any
smell of
closer.
the animals they lie with. Shut up, Amir!
We got a couple things to collect up here, and then we'll meet you down there. How about that?
Yes, we will wait down by the river. Meet us there.
Okay.
The other group kind of collect themselves, and they just have the one dead that they found. They get their wounded, and they're going. They start to back away, kind of slow. The woman in the group says, "Be careful." And the man that Rousseau you were talking to, he goes, "Take care." And they slink back into the woods to the north.
Let's see if we can't pick up. Let's see if we can't get that DHD working for when we do need to leave.
Okay, you can go over and check out the DHD, and then whenever you want to, you can just move down to the beach. I will get rid of the bodies.
Maybe pick up that C4 too. At some point.
Good reminder. I'll take the C4 back.
So he was trying the DHD and it wasn't working. Does it look like there's anything wrong with it to me?
It appears to have been damaged at some point. There is something has taken it apart at some point. You can give me an engineering check.
Sure. 18.
18. You start picking it through. It looks like you've had some experience in archaeology and research and studying. It looks like someone was, in a very orderly manner, trying to understand it. They've gotten it open, and the crystals have been completely pulled out and lined up in size and color order, which is completely unhelpful for how the DHD functions on the inside. So at a quick glance, with an 18, yeah, all the pieces are there. It's just been kind of taken apart. And
How long would it take me to put it back together?
probably about an hour.
If you want to leave, it's going to take me a little while. Probably like 3 hours.
You want us to leave you here alone?
No, but if we're going to leave, we're going to... I can try and rush it. Maybe I'll get it done quicker, but... It's going to take a while, at the very least, and we're not going to be able to gate out of here until it's fixed. Unless you have a power source and a Nakoda generator, and we can manually dial again.
The rest of you want to go look for a temple? Or do we want to split 2 and 2?
I want to see the temple.
We're here for a temple. I can't help with the DHD.
It's boring.
Doc,
We
you
also
want to
need
work this alone, or you want me to stay with you in case someone comes creeping up?
Well, we do need to talk with the locals as well at some point. I can get started on this at least, and then see what they have to say.
Okay.
Figure out where we can go, and when we have that sorted, we can make a plan. Otherwise, might as well get started.
All right, if you guys want to go find the temple, I'll stay here with the doc, make sure the DHD gets sorted.
Sure. So
We got radios, and we have a new frequency, right? So we should be able to communicate at least for a couple miles.
So as you are making your way past who would be the leader of this group, you reach down and you see something unusual at the side of this one. And this is actually one of their leaders. He did have a much better helmet that he didn't put on. And just for a magic item from Mr. Saito's tip, if anyone wants a full mask Jaffa helmet, you can have it. When it's up, your perception check is down, but your AC goes up by 4.
Stoppable. I have the highest AC, I think, so you guys are welcome to it, but...
Isn't that more reason to get higher? So
I would take it, but however, if you guys are wanting to...
I like my
If
perception.
anyone
too much.
has really poor AC, then they probably need it more than I do.
I mean, my AC is 16, so.
Want it?
Do you want a
Uran will
jackal
take the helmet.
headed helmet? All right.
Uran will take the helmet.
You have a helmet. It fits around your neck, kind of like a collar. Takes up quite a bit of space. It's pretty chunky. And as an action, you can activate it, and it will fully encase your head in a jackal face. And when you do that, everything's at disadvantage, but your AC goes up by 4.
Copy. Mari at a disadvantage. Is it double disadvantage?
There's no such thing as double disadvantage. So yeah, you might as well start. You might as well keep stacking disadvantage penalties.
Copy
All
that.
right, you write that down. Everyone, you have a you have healing in your back pocket. What I've been doing for good tables is there is 1 instant success that any of you can have. There's just 1, not 1 for each of you. That is 1. And I will take an instant success for me at some point as a bad table. And if we use them both, they negate and we have to roll like normal. But we're not going to do that. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. There's a voice from down at the beach. Are you coming this way or what are you doing?
I think we should go down, whoever is going that way.
I'm gonna stay here with the doc. You guys have fun.
Locals. I guess we start heading down.
The 2 of you walk down and join these 4 individuals at the beach. They are, let's see if I can open up the right button. It's over here. Shota players. They are dressed quite nicely. Their uniforms are robed. They have hats with large plumes on them. And each of them have not only an incredibly long rifle, but also a stand with a blade at the end that looks like they might use in close quarters combat. Facial hair, full beards, long mustaches in some cases. Their leader walks up to you, says, "Greetings. I am Emir bin Ara. These are my Sebeti. We are of the Janissi. And the 2 of you?"
I am Thalos.
Uran.
It is a great pleasure to meet you both. What brings you to this wonderful land? You said you are searching for a temple?
Nodding to the bodies behind us, Uran will say to them, we follow them. They come for temple. We need to see temple to see what our enemy is looking for. And try to, half lie.
You must be careful with the faithless. They believe that we wait in vain. Your enemies are... They are filth. Yes?
Yes.
We do looking ourselves. We are explorers. We have found temples. We have found ruins. We have found pyramids, statues, all to the glory of the great Serpent and the Lamb who serves him. But a specific one? We fight with the Bedu across this land. They have been destroying all that they see, all that they find. But we learn, we preserve. We shall Be blessed when the serpent returns.
I couldn't help but notice you have a boat and we're on a river. Is there one that you could take us to along the river close by?
There are a few that our people have mapped before. There is, in the midst of the river, a pair of pyramids just to the north. I don't know of a temple that way. They are small. Not much more than kind of gestures. 50 feet to a side.
I have a hunch. Could you describe these pyramids to us?
They are stepped. Wider at bottom. 3 tiers. Tall, but not too tall.
I would lean toward Uran and say, like the ziggurats we saw in the other area. I believe that is where we're headed, if things continue exactly the way they've been.
Well, we would certainly welcome the company. He gestures, and yeah, there's a boat on here, but there's a pretty good-sized raft on the water.
Mm-hmm.
We were building this in order to head up north when the Bedu attacked. Filthy creatures.
Is it just the one raft?
It's one raft, but it's a big raft. This is a boat-sized raft that they've been building for a while out of full-sized palm trees.
Okay.
You and them could fit comfortably on it.
Shall we?
I'm ready.
Do we wait for your friends, or do we go now?
They have other business to attend to.
Well, hopefully the Bedu will leave them be. Come. They gesture toward a raft. They throw some ropes out to it, pull it in close, start climbing aboard. Tell us when you are ready.
Uran will just hop right on.
Yep. The two of you up at the DHD. You start piecing bits together, and yeah, it's definitely going to take a little bit, but you're confident that you can get it pieced together well. And I suppose all that's left to do is to wait and see what happens. As Thalos and Uran start floating via river to the north, you two find yourselves working on that. Rousseau, you looking into the undergrowth. Why don't you roll me a perception check?
All right.
Let's see if we can find a number on your dice higher than 10.
God. I rolled a 5 and I have a +3 in perception.
Okay. You're on watch while Doc Martin continues working on that. And you don't notice at all as the woman who is leading that former group steps out of the trees. Says, "Have they left?" And that is where we're going to pause for our scheduled right around 11 o'clock break. We are going to take a little bit of a longer break this time around, probably 10 to 15 or so, 15, something like that. So don't go too far. We shall be back and see what the other side has to say. See you soon.
Everyone pray for my dice.
Hello and welcome back. Thank you for that brief break as we took care of a few things needing taking care of. We will pick back up with Rousseau and Doc Martin at the DHD as this previous group that met before, the woman leading it makes her way out of the woods towards the two of them, and Rousseau, being busy and distracted, didn't see her coming. As Talos and Uran float down the river with the Janissi. A woman approaches the two of you. Both of her hands are up. She has a short musketed rifle slung over her shoulder. She starts slowly making her way towards you. She looks something like that for a little bit of a picture. There we go. And she says, "Be at peace. Be at peace. Yes."
Yes. How you doing, friend?
I am Ningal. I lead the Bedu who you saw moments ago. She points to the north. Where have your friends gone? Did they leave with the Janissi?
Yeah, they're going to look for some, something we came here to find. The name's Russo.
Rousseau. Pleasure to meet you, Rousseau. Would you like to sit? Share tea?
Sure. Doc, you want some tea?
Sure. Something better than the water we have.
She will cross the bridge, kind of step past the massive hole in it that was left, kneel down, and she takes out a small, looks like a tuna fish can, cranks the lid off of it, takes out of her pocket what looks like a small lighter, lights it, starts to burn. She puts a tea kettle on top of it, and pours water out of her canteen. We shall speak while this prepares.
All right. What do you want to speak on?
We do not get many strangers, especially through the ring. And yet here we are getting a number of strangers. This is unnerving to me, and before I go back to my home to tell our leaders what is going on, I want to figure out what I can.
Heard that news travels fast. The
Oh,
pathway here was news, so it traveled fast.
Okay.
I don't know much about the visitors you do receive. I just know that we were told to come here and find something, so that's what we're doing. Didn't mean to cause any trouble, but you guys seem to have your own thing going on. We just dealt with the Jaffa, and we're here to do our thing and leave.
They are the only ones that have been through. They insist that we will serve Wepwawet or die. Every time they send a group through, well, there have been enough of us here to hold them back for now.
Well, I mean, we're working on the Wepwawet problem as best we can. I don't know really what else to tell you there.
Whatever a Wepwawet is, I appreciate that.
False god.
Ah, yes. The Janissi have many of those.
But not you?
We appreciate the role that myth plays. But we will not let it rule our lives as they do.
I get
Sensible.
exactly where you're coming from.
They have an obsession. They insist that the Serpent will return and find his goat. She kind of spits that word out. And they will rule again.
I'm gonna try and catch the doc's eye at mention of a serpent returning, just to make sure that he is not too focused in the DHD, and he does in fact catch that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He also catches goat. What do you mean by goat? Afraid we're not familiar with your stories.
She opens the tea kettle and puts some various herbs in there, a couple berries from her pouch. And I will tell you the story of the lost serpent. I think that will help. Long ago, the Bedu were enslaved by the snake. He took our labor, took our land, and worst of all, he took our children. He and his goat who would select where each child would go, how each child would grow, what each child would be. One day, the snake went away in a great battle against the Sun Falcon. He and his ally, the Jackal. According to the stories, they passed through that ring and went to fight. But the snake did not return. And the Jackal did not return. All that was left was the goat. And for many, many generations, she would take our children, choose what we would become, until we could take no more. So we rose up, we fought against, we cast her down, and she vanished. When we won that fight, we learned that our children were being raised as soldiers for the goat. Perfectly obedient, utterly dependent on something the myth calls goat's milk. The Janissi, they believe the serpent will return. The Janissi feel that it is their wisdom that guides us and chooses the right path. The Bedu, we will find our own way. She pours tea for each of you. That is the story of the lost serpent.
Where's the goat now?
No one knows. According to the myths, she went and hid to wait for the serpent's return.
Doc, you
We
know anything
have-
about a goat?
Some
Can
of
you
these
give me-
words are familiar to me. Are they familiar to the doctor?
You can give a culture check.
Don't tell me if this. Yep, that's gonna be a failure.
That's a natural 1. And remember, you have a good table
True.
if you want to claim the success.
I'll let Russo decide if we want to do that. Otherwise, I get a Eureka point, which means I can get better things later on other checks.
So here's the thing. I got, let's see. Culture is wisdom. Don't I have like a +2 to that?
Oh, from the archives?
Mhm.
If you wanted to make your own check.
Yep.
Is that
That would be the case.
acceptable? As I'm asking him.
Yep. You can be racking your brain for the same cultural information. So usually it'll either be one of you grant the other advantage or both of you roll. So I'm fine with you rolling as well.
Okay. Cool. I am going to do this then.
A
A
16 plus 2.
Oh, I included the +2 in it.
Oh, you did already? Okay. 16's pretty decent. Now, there are some things you recognize in there. The Jackal is something that piques your interest because you have been dealing with Wepwawet, who is a jackal-headed dog, whose symbol is standing on a snake. The reference to a sun falcon with a 16 doesn't really narrow in. There is a lot of bird imagery that ancient Goa'uld associate themselves with. So it's kind of tough to narrow it down. There's a lot of bird-headed deities.
Okay.
So that's probably, I mean, you kind of pick up a little bit of that.
And I wouldn't
you're
have
aware,
heard anything about a goat.
The goat with a 16, no, the goat is super
Okay.
obscure. So 16 is not going to help with the goat.
Okay.
Because the goat is definitely not Egyptian. I think we'll put it that way.
Okay.
And in this context, you've never gotten the sense that the snake is Egyptian either. As you think
Okay.
about the various headed deities, there's a crocodile headed deity, but the snake is something different.
Okay.
Sounds like there might still be a Goa'uld on the planet. Maybe
Yeah, I'm
chilling
wondering
out in
if
a sarcophagus.
that's the treasure. You about done with that, DHD?
Yeah, just about a couple more. He holds up like 5 crystals. If I get these all right.
She
Alright.
pours tea for everyone. Sips.
Can
You said-
I eye up the tea? / vibe checker if it's poison.
You can roll a suspicious player insight check if you would like.
13.
13. She does not seem malicious in her peaceful offering of tea with hands up saying peace, peace.
I'm gonna assume that was a successful roll and I don't get it. Eureka. He'll drink the tea.
It's herbal. Good.
A long time since I had fresh tea.
You said a word I do not know. What is a ghoul?
False god. Same people. And he points to the dead bodies. Who these people serve.
They look like a snake. And they enter your brain and take you over and go around saying they're a god.
If you really want to see one, you can probably dig through one of these guys' stomachs and find one. Might be dead by now.
We had not looked before. She makes her way over, and without any hesitancy or squeamishness, in the head, you say? As she kind of pulls this long-bladed knife from her.
For these ones,
Well,
it's in the
Yep.
stomach.
The soldiers, it'll be in the stomach.
I have a pouch already. You don't even need the knife.
Flips up the scale armor that goes down the stomach of a Goa'uld, or a Jaffa, reaches in and pulls out a limp Goa'uld from its stomach. This is a Goa'uld?
Larval
That's a
state,
gold.
not an adult.
You
When they become an adult,
see any of those around here?
She kind of looks at it and lifts up some of the fins on the side of it. No. It's too... She looks at it, and the Goa'uld have the 4 long teeth that come together at the end of the mouth, and... No, nothing so different as that. There are statues of snakes, and of the goat, and others like that. But they're just snakes. Some with wings.
Yeah.
We'll go over to Uran and Talos on the river. Oh,
just
yeah.
with that, finishing up putting the crystals in, Dr. Martin will redial and send them out back through, so we don't have to worry about that in the future. And
I will suggest
radio,
we catch up with our...
Yep. radio through to knock and let him know.
All right. So they're going to be about an hour upriver.
Yeah.
They said it'd take about an hour to fix the DHD. So we'll go to them, see what happened in the interim. At the end of their hour, that's when we'll have the radio call go through. So I am going to take you over to the river. And I'm going to take 2 people off the boat. And add a few that I didn't plan for. The raft is...
You just expected we were going to, like, kill them, or we were just to steal their boat?
That was a possibility, yes.
I mean, I can throw them off overboard if you want me to.
I also didn't know who you would side with, if you sided with anyone, and there was going to be a boat there either way, so... We will toss them all on. Amir stands over next to Thalos toward the middle. The others seem to kind of busy themselves steering in various ways. One at the front paddle and one at the back. Amir kind of points. The journey upriver is fairly long. Are you a sailor? Either of you?
Ron will look around the forest and just say, trees are more my home.
I have sailed before, but not in waters like this.
It will be calm for a bit, but then there will be rapids. And then we pass through Bedu territory. And then a cavern. Beyond that is the pyramids that perhaps we are seeking.
You have a way to paddle through rapids upriver?
Well, it's downriver. I just keep saying upriver by accident.
Okay, I was curious. Got scared. I was like, I don't know how to fix that problem.
The water flows north. Yeah.
I've heard that there are other places where it does that as well.
There's a very famous long river. Some people are in denial that it even exists, though.
How dare you?
Ron's gonna be paying attention to the environment, taking notes in case they have to retrace their steps along.
Yep. So, for the sake of this, there is a little bit of a journey that you need to engage in. They are going to be helping you along the way, but they only have something of a thought. There's plenty of opportunity to learn along the way, and there's also opportunity to get hurt along the way. So as far as the general navigating, Amir is perfectly capable. He knows which way he's going, so he gets a success for that. But for you two, it's a question of what are you doing during each of the legs of this journey to be helpful or to be helping yourselves as Basilisk. You can help paddle. You can repair the boat if it gets damaged. You can point out dangers. Whatever you think would be helpful as you ride this raft downriver towards some rapids that are a ways down. You don't see them yet. Right now, it's just quietly working your way along.
The water is calm right now, right? Like we're not
At
getting
the moment,
into the...
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Nope, you're not in it at all.
I mean, for now, I think... Excuse me. Talos would just be helping to row. I don't think Talos knows anything about boats, anything about rafts, anything about how exactly this thing works. I'm sure Talos is having moments of not understanding why exactly the rudder moves the way that it does to turn the boat in the right direction, because Saint has that moment every now and then on rafts like this. So he's just going to keep rowing.
Okay, go ahead and
For the first check.
Give me an athletics check, and then Uran, you were looking around to keep track where you're going. Give me survival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm good at athletics. 13 for Talos.
13 is fine.
I think we did those backwards. And
Fif-
yep.
15's fine. You kind of keeping track of the path. The river's pretty much only one way. As you're looking to the sides, you get the impression that at different points, it's as though there might have been a city around this area that is ancient and old, but it's so overgrown that it's hard to be positive. But you get a good sense of the area around, and if you had to walk it, you feel that you could definitely walk it. Talos, you row along, helping push things further, and after about an hour or so of paddling, these rapids come into view, and a voice comes over your radio. So, Rousseau and Martin, what were you going to send through as you finished up?
Knock, we have the DHD working. Here's the melt back through. Keep it warm for us. Got a couple leads. We'll see what we can find.
Good. Bring back something for me.
You want some tea?
That would be nice.
We'll get some.
I thought you were going to radio them.
Yeah, once Doc is
Yeah.
done talking to Nog, I'm gonna look at him and just say, you want to let them know that we're gonna start heading their way?
Sure. You could as well.
Do I have the frequency? Did we ever set me up
Yeah,
with that?
we all
All right,
reset.
I'm just gonna
new
be like-
frequency.
We're gonna do our best to head your way and follow you. Catch up with you, hopefully soon. Over. But then I will turn to our friend here, whose name I forgot, and I will just say thank you for your tea and your stories.
Absolutely. It's
Could you share
interesting
with us some of
to
your
meet
tea?
others. Of course, I have some here, and she'll hand you a pouch of tea.
Actually bringing that back for Knock?
I mean,
And this
I
is
was gonna
this
have
is
some too.
Russo asking.
I was planning on drinking some myself.
All right.
Ningal, do you guys have any more? You've probably explored this area. Would you be able to guide us to the north at all? We have a vague idea of where we're going, but
I know where to go.
I figured
No problem. We'll need some sort of boat though, and I'm gonna just glance down at the coast. There, are there still? I know on the map there was like a little.
The little boat
Boat.
was the raft.
Dang
Yeah.
it!
We can cut cross country if you'd like.
Perhaps a trail we could follow.
We spend a lot of time seeking out these ruins just to, well, I suppose we're fanatical in our own right. These statues are from a painful time in our past. We're taking them all down.
Understandable.
Yeah, if
Wouldn't
you
mind
would
if
be
we
so
take
kind
something
as
from them
to
as well.
lead the way.
Come, keep your eye open. There are many more Sabeti about. 7. The Janissi, they travel in 7s.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a perception check, survival check, whatever you think will be helpful as she starts leading you north. Or anything selfish that you want to do for your own sake or for Basilisk's sake.
I mean, there's nothing around here, right? It was all just the cliffs that we saw.
Yep. You can always collect things like the Jaffa weapons and even their armor, that sort of stuff's fine to get.
Perception is a wisdom skill.
Yes, it
Does
is.
that mean I can add 2 to it as well?
Mm-hmm. All wisdom skills.
Oh my god.
An 11. 6 on the dice. We're
That's
back
with
below
a
10 again.
+5.
There's a couple of these. It's not just Ningal, right? There's like a couple people from them.
Yep, there are other Bedu in the forest that come out as everything seems clear. That seems they definitely had you covered from the wood line.
Does their weaponry look like anything that would be interesting, worth taking in Martin's eyes?
You have a little bit
Is
of a
it, like-
conversation with one of them, and says, "It's a charge laser." And he shows, and there's like this crank on the side, and it's literally like a hand crank charge laser.
It is literally the crank laser rifle from Futurama.
Pretty close. You got to warm it up before you get a shot off, and then warm it up in between. This is the semi-futuristic equivalent of a muzzle loader.
Gotcha. Hand crank energy sounds kind of interesting to that point. So I think he might try to make probably take one of the Hitaks or the staffs and try and offer that in an exchange for offer teaching how to use it in exchange for one of theirs.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm perfectly satisfied with that. You can have you write down in your list. You're bringing back a charge laser.
I'm charging my laser.
And then as far as that perception of 11, Rousseau, as you're kind of walking through the woods, some of the rock formations seem to be a bit like unusually geometric, but besides that, there's nothing odd as they lead you north. Those of you on the boat start shifting downward into a set of rapids that start moving. There are rocks rising up out of the water. Amir says, "Everyone, hold tight. This is going to be difficult." The entire raft starts to rock. It bashes against the rocks and pieces of it start breaking off. It's not really made that well. You get maybe a little bit seasick if you're not used to it. It's hard to hold on to. Amir's got a hand on the mast and he's pointing and yelling. How are you going to help out while you're making your way down the river rapids in a wooden raft?
I can grant the player knowledge of how to whitewater raft, right? To my character. Can I do that?
You can have your character attempt something that you think would be helpful.
Wonderful.
And we'll see how well your character knows.
Well, with that plus to wisdom, my survival check is currently +9. So I would like to try to help navigate by identifying rocks, eddies, lines, and hydraulics, please. Thank you.
Okay. So go ahead and make your survival check, and we will see. So
that is without the 6, by the way, or that is without the 9, so it's 17. No, that's without 3. So it's 11. Sorry.
11. Okay, it's like, how did you get to 17?
No, sorry. 11.
Thalos does his best to help. You pick up what Amir is trying to point out and look at, and you try and understand which way is which, and you're like, "Oh, over there," and Amir's like, "No, that's not one, stop it." And you're like, "Careful, that's it, shut up." So you don't feel like you're particularly helpful, maybe a little bit of a distraction. The rocks do crash against your raft a little bit, and the raft takes some damage. Uran, what are you doing to help?
Uran, since he knows nothing about sailing, he is just going to hold on and not fall off.
All right. Go ahead and just give me a athletics check to hold on for dear life.
Uran! Oh my god.
I think we undid whatever the hell Gary just did.
Fuck you, Gary.
Yeah. Fuck you, Gary. Damn it. So, we will pick back up from the trip through the woods as Doc Martin and Rousseau are joining the Bedu up through the forest itself. Talos and Uran stumble their way through the rapids, and we'll fast forward just a little bit as you start coming up to what appears to be a ziggurat. And if you look just at the far left of that, you should see just the beginnings of this pyramid. The Janissi are taking control. They're like, we are going to pass by. Do you want to stop or just keep going?
It seems like it would be worth exploring, since the last time that one of these things was here, we got one of those crystal things. Might be something here worth taking.
We'll stop and take a look.
Also, can we confirm real fast, this is, like, where did we just come from?
The river has taken you hours away.
But that little area you just had us in looked like we're in a tunnel now?
So I skipped ahead through 2
That's fine. I just was curious where we are. Are we in a tunnel?
You went into... Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, that would make sense. You went into a tunnel beneath a mountain that you can see light on the other side, so it's not very deep. But it's a very large open area underneath some kind of overgrown rocky outcropping.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I'm thrown off. I apologize.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to confirm because it looked like we went into a tunnel, and I...
Yep. And I was distracted by other things. Yeah, you went into a tunnel. Important details. This is, just so everyone knows, this is a very personal thing of mine. The way my brain works, I know where things are. And so sometimes I skip telling other people where things are because I already know where things are. So why does it? Oh yeah, because everybody else needs to know too. The river continues.
Yeah, I knew there's a reason I like you, HP.
It's awful. You have a long conversation with me sometime, and you'll see. I'll leave out so many details. So to do this the proper way, you continue through the rapids and further north along this river as it pulls you along at a quite steady pace. Now, it's no longer that easy river before the rapids. Now it's a little bit quicker. And as you're heading north, this large mountain starts to come into view. Amir looks and says, the first pyramids are beneath. As you get closer, a large tunnel in the side of the mountain appears. It's not deep. It will still be dim within. We have our lights, and all of them will turn on flashlights. There's this weird juxtaposition that you deal with of laser rifles and flashlights, but they seem... It's fine. They turn the lights on, and you get a much better view of this pair of ziggurats flanking 2 statues in the center. Amir, with the help of the other Janissi, pulls over to the side, tosses a rope. So we should be able to stay here for a little bit if you want to look around. And all of you are free to... Oh, wait, you're not free to, because I think I made you on the map. Nope, you are a token. You're free to jump onto that island in the middle of the river underneath the mountain and take a look around.
All right.
The 2 statues are the first and most obvious. They've been well protected beneath the mountain, and so they've retained a lot of their look. The one on the left appears to be a tall man, a warrior, has armor not too dissimilar from what a lot of the Jaffa wear. It's kind of the scale armor. He has one hand lifted up, and the other's just kind of hanging to his side. The face is distinctly serpentine in a lot of ways. The eyes themselves, especially. The other statue is of what appears to be a sheep or a goat-headed figure, feminine. And that's kind of those two massive statues looking at each other.
I will call to the guides that brought us here and ask, you said we can wait for a little while. Could you wait long enough for our friends to catch up?
Are they traveling with the Bedu?
I don't know.
We will wait for a time.
Ron is going to inspect around, see if he can find any kind of entrance or any kind of anything to show that these are like hiding technology or a secret entrance, kind of like the last time they did.
You start looking around, and there's a repeated series of 10 images that you see decorating everything around here. It's each of the rings of the ziggurats have these 10 images. Up the sides of the stairs have the 10 images. The bases of the two statues have 10 images. And all of them appear to be identical, decorative in some form. The first one, the first one is of a serpent, a snake, looking up at the sky. The next has wings that sprout out of the serpent's body. Uh-oh.
Gary!
I'm gonna cry on stream, y'all.
My God.
I mean, we should probably go to break with the Jenga puzzle that's on screen.
We'll be right back. We're just gonna try this. Oh, wait, people are switched around. Hold on.
What's up? My name's
okay.
RoboticGentleman.
There we go.
We're close.
There we go.
We're close. There we go.
Did it.
All right.
Nobody touched anything.
Nobody, yeah. Everyone be very still. And we're just gonna, you know what? Just pick your roles from here on out. I want to see all hands on screen at the entire time. Until the session is over, no one's hands drop below the cams. I'm perfectly fine making up everything. Sorry about that, everyone. This has been an adventure. So, Uran, what you see as you start exploring this temple is the same 10 images repeated over and over again. The first one is a serpent looking up into the sky. The second one is is wings sprouting from a serpent's body. The next one is a flying snake that's looking down at what looks like a sheep. The next one's the sheep and the serpent embracing. The next one is a serpent and jackal standing together. The next one is a dog showing the winged serpent a picture of a jackal with wings. The next one is a bird with its head surrounded by a halo flying through the sky. The next one is a serpent attacking the bird while the bird bites the jackal. Then there is the jackal injured is looking at the serpent and the sheep. And then there's the jackal standing on the serpent's tail while the bird tears off the serpent's wings. So I put those 10 images into Roll20 because I do not expect anyone to remember what I just said. And that repeated simplified pictogram is over and over and over again. Amir gets off the raft with you and says, that is our great story. That is what we wait. We wait for the serpent's return, and his revenge to fall on the jackal and all who follow it.
So, you are the ones that drew those?
We keep the faith. This is a much newer temple. Still many generations old. But that is the story we tell our children and our children's children. This is what we protect. We are patient. We will wait for the Serpent's return.
Yeah. Saint, which means Thalos, is getting cult vibes. Would I get the sense that they're like planning some sort of like weird ritual sacrifice upon the Serpent's return? Like, Saint is concerned.
Could always ask.
I was hoping
I don't know how
could
you
just
insight.
look at them.
If I look at somebody, do I get
Well,
the
I mean, they've
feeling
said-
they're planning a post-apocalyptic sacrifice
Well, I
in
mean,
the
do they-
wake of the
I think he's
return of a
thinking,
god?
am I their sacrifice, right? And that seems like it's possible.
Like they've
Mhm.
said multiple times like this whole situation thing,
Mhm.
and I'm just wondering if there's like bloodlust in their eyes when they talk about it.
It's more like, give me an insight check, and I will let you know.
Okay, I'm glad. Thank
We'll
you
go with
for
that.
allowing me
Roll
to
insight. And we'll go.
working 22.
22. You get the sense of, I mean, definitely there is some zealous fanaticism going on here.
Mhm.
But it doesn't seem targeted at you. Like, you have not picked up on any malice from them. There was that concern of whether or not the Bedu were with your friends. There was some question of, whether you would go with the unclean or go with them. You definitely get the sense that this is a group of people that are, they are strict, and they are insular, and that's kind of the sense you get.
Gotcha. Just didn't know if I wanted to make sure I wasn't in the middle if home slice ends up coming back.
This is definitely the Orthodox branch.
Gotcha. Cool. That's all I was curious about.
Mhm.
I'm comfortable
as-
to wait.
As you've been looking at that, it takes a little bit of time, but after another hour or so of total time, the trees part, and Doc Martin and Rousseau, you're standing there next to your guide looking at the far side of a tunnel. South down the river, there is an open mouth to this giant mountain. And your guide looks at you and says, there's a holy place in there that the Janissi built years ago. We have tried to destroy it a time or two. It is resilient.
What
Your
parts of
friends
it
will
are
pass through
resilient?
here.
I thank you for leading us here. Are
Yeah.
you unwilling to come any further?
We don't have the necessary reconnaissance to know what we're walking into at the moment. I need to head back, regroup, the rest of my men. And we need to report back to the leadership.
Well, thank you again. We'll continue from here.
Take care.
Doc, should we go?
Let's see if we can find a way in.
You slide down the bank of the river, are able to kind of get a look in, and the cut through this mountain is enough that there's light on the other side. And in the center, you can see a pyramidal structure with a raft tied up on one side of it.
We've recognized the raft, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Does it look like it'll be relatively easy for us to get down there, or?
You can get into the center just by walking along the bank until you get to the mountain itself, and then it's kind of narrow, so it'd be a little tough. You can swim for it if you want.
Could we call out to the people on the raft?
You also have
within shouting distance. I guess we have radios.
You also have radios.
Yeah, clever.
I was just gonna build a fire and send up smoke signals.
That's the play. Yeah, I think Doc organized. Hey, Thalos and Uran. We're just outside. We see the raft and the temple. Are you guys here?
You talking to me?
Both of you? Either of you? Any of you?
Yeah, I see it. Sure, because I'm already looking around, so I'm looking everywhere right now.
Can you see if you can send the raft back up a ways and catch us a ride?
Oh.
We can see your friends. I don't think they're going to hear us if we shout, though.
A little bit of coordination, and the raft is sent upriver, picks up the two of you, and all four of you kind of reconvene on this, I would say newer structure. It's still pretty old. It's probably a couple 100 years old. Toss you two on here. Oh, toss you right in the lap. And you see the same things that they saw, that there's this repeated symbology throughout.
Does there appear to be any sort of, this is around a doorway, or are we looking at a door, or are we just seeing all this symbology?
Just symbology. It's those same 10 images in that order repeated.
They're in an order repeated. What are the big statue things in the middle? Big statue thingies?
The one on the left is a man,
Okay.
hand upraised, serpentine features. The other one is feminine in many ways, but has a goat or a sheep's head.
You guys find a door yet?
No.
And the doorway opens up.
The timing, though.
The timing of that was perfect.
Amir joins you on the temple, and he goes, this is our story, the story of our people. It's the story of the serpent and the sheep. Now he starts pointing at each of the symbols and shares a very similar story to what Rousseau and Doc Martin just heard.
Friend, how do we gain entry into this temple?
Is
This
there
is-
even an entry here?
I have an idea. Is the ground look special in any ways? Because I do see something on the map that may be an indication. I'm not sure if it is actually like that or...
No, it's just this is the map.
Oh man, I was really hoping you're pulling an X marks the spot. And if you were, that would have been a lot of fun.
It looks a whole lot like a ring device, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking it looks like an X marks the spot under the goat. That was my hope.
What's Wepwawet? Wepwawet's the jackal again?
Yeah,
Correct.
standing on the snake and points at this statue.
The guide with you starts pointing. This has been here long. The great meeting. He gestures to the man on the right. The serpent returning for, and gestures to the figure to the left, his bride, the lamb.
The
And
lamb's
they
still
were
here.
fighting the Sun Falcon. And the Jackal got all jealous of his buddy, the Serpent. And
Jackal
his buddy's
betrayed the
girl,
Serpent.
the goat.
On his girl.
What did you say?
And his girl, the goat.
All of them unsling their rifles and start charging them. You will not blaspheme the name of the unblemished lamb in our presence.
Oh,
I apologize, friends. If you could give me the proper name, I would say it.
I
She is
believe
the
they
lamb.
said sheep or lamb.
The sheep.
Sheep.
There's kind of this
Uh.
wariness amongst all of them.
Again, very sorry.
real
The
smooth.
sheep. We had been led over here by the Bedu, and they used a very different name. I thought it was a universal.
The Bedu are blasphemers.
I did not mean
They
to
are
offend.
lost the faith. They grew hateful and impatient.
All right, Doc, you take over.
So just to confirm, you're saying this ring pad is not a ring pad, and that's just part of the map.
So after taking a look and realizing how ring padded it is, go ahead and go give it a perception check.
Sure.
So it would be, well, I always give multiple options: perception, engineering, or culture. Any
Oh.
would be appropriate.
Can I reroll with engineering then? Or
Yeah,
do you want
that's
me to add my engineering thing on there?
Oh, you rolled a 5.
Well, so I have
As a-
things that can change it.
Right. So you
We do still have that
With
thing
the
too.
instant success.
yeah,
I-
the instant
Yeah.
success and
You
other
may
things
as well
too.
use it. You may as well use it.
Yeah, let's do. We're going to be using the instant success on this. It feels pretty important.
All right, sounds
Is
good.
it? Yeah.
You get up there and start looking, and although the DM at first told you it's not, you get a closer look. I didn't mean to lie to you all. It
It wasn't even the
does-
thing I was thinking about. I thought this was an X marks the spot, and that we just needed to move the statue. So
Oh, that's really funny. I see the X there.
that's what I thought I was thinking about. But yeah.
You get up and start looking at it, and yes, it does appear to be a ring transporter.
Oh, I think I found the way inside.
Right.
If I can find a way to activate it. I assume there's like a pad nearby.
I actually believe I can. And Talos takes one of his gloves off. I found a device in the ship.
And around Talos's hand is a ribbon device, a Harakesh.
You know what?
Could make this a lot easier.
We collect power, no?
Fair's fair.
Talos walks over to the ring device and will activate it.
All of you together at the same time?
Unless
Yeah.
anybody's not coming.
Nope,
Yeah, we're
I'll
up.
go.
You activate it, the rings, and like a short distance Stargate, there is a hiss. The rings return. The four of you are gone. And behind you, unknown to you, Amir falls to his knees, hands raised. The inside begins to lighten. A low glow rises from all around you. You're in a very long, narrow room. Cuneiformic hieroglyphics along the walls. Symbols and shapes, some familiar, some not. The most prominent, as the light fills the space, is a winged serpent along the floor, done in tile. At the far end, there is a sarcophagus sitting against the wall,
Is it open or closed?
currently closed.
Mm.
All right, I'm going to take a step forward. Other than the cuneiform kind of hieroglyphics, this room is empty except for this sarcophagus?
There are some panels along the walls. They almost look like computers, maybe. There's a couple tables, maybe surgeon's tables, for lack of a better descriptor. They're kind of that height.
Any jars?
No jars.
Doc, you want to look at the computers?
Yeah, let me see what information they have on these.
I'm gonna kind of walk over towards the sarcophagus.
Okay. You walk up to that. Doc Martin, you're heading to the computers. The other two of you?
Those are the only two noteworthy things in the room, right?
There's the surgeon's tables are probably the only other thing of note. There's whatever the writing on the walls says.
I'm not studying. I'm going to approach the sarcophagus as well, but I'm going to stand back with my knife ready.
Okay. And oh, go ahead.
Nope, Talos, I guess. What are you doing? Open this thing.
Yeah, Talos will walk over to the sarcophagus, like right next to it. It's closed currently, right?
Currently closed, yes. Doc Martin, why don't you go ahead and roll me either science or culture to use the Goa'uld computers.
Sure.
I mean, over the table, if we're all fine with it, I'm going to open it.
18.
18. You start looking through the computer itself, pulling up information.
16. I had a -2. Sorry. That's the first roll I made since Sarah gave me the thing. I
Okay.
don't know if that makes a
And
difference or
will-
not.
A small difference, but it's still a success. You start pulling up information, and they are research notes of sorts. They're talking about ways to make humanoids dependent on us, to make people something more, something better than their frail forms. It says
Assume this
while
is Jaffa.
it says you start doing some writing. There's like some personal musings in there. It says while Ara's wisdom was great in finding the human hosts, their bodies are not what they should be or could be. We can grow our young, strengthen them, and then take the ones that deserve the blessing of the Goa'uld. The gist that you get is that this is about the creation of what it means to make a Jaffa. About the initial discovery of the human race as hosts. There's notes about how the human mind is the human mind and body is more fertile and dexterous than the Unas that they've made do with for years.
Gotcha. I'll just, if I can I like download it onto like a piece of it and see if I can't like remove a tablet to take with me, essentially?
Yep. So the way the Goa'uld computers work, you can essentially pull off it's an iPad before they were iPads.
I got an iPad.
And it has a great deal of information in it.
Proto iPad.
Proto iPad.
We finally got information from this.
Finally got information.
Yes.
And the game's almost over.
The rest of you are at the sarcophagus.
Huh?
What is the plan?
Unas, just stay back for a minute, and yeah, I'll help Russo open the sarcophagus.
You remember from the last time you opened a sarcophagus, the proper combination on the side, how to make these things function. You type in the release, and there is a as the top splits. And lying within is a incredibly beautiful woman. She is wearing what isn't Egyptian, but appears Babylonian or Sumerian, Akkadian, perhaps, vestments. Her eyes slowly open, and she begins to rise out of the sarcophagus. Opens and looks at each of you. Who woke me up? I was having such a pleasant dream.
We were sent by our leader to return you.
She looks you up and down, and her eyes almost groggy. She reaches a hand. I'm so tired. How long has this been? Oh, I forgot to hit the voice changer. This is the Goa'uld voice.
Okay, I was gonna ask,
I'm
like,
sorry. Jesus
I was
Christ,
wondering
I forgot
about
to hit
this.
the button. I forgot to hit the button.
I was gonna ask, like, so far is this
I
person just
forgot to
talking
hit
normal
the goddamn
human
button.
speak?
Forgot to hit the button. Oh, I'm so mad. I
Okay.
hate that. Oh, Jesus. It's just there's my contribution to the tech episode from hell.
It's got to be at least one.
Damn. Yeah. Sorry, there's also a question sent to me. Mamitu is in the notes that you're reading. Purplefill. Mamitu is in the notes that you're reading. Her eyes focus. And so you are the new servants, then.
As I
I
said, we
don't-
were sent. Sorry.
No, I was like, Russo's gonna start with a, but like you start talking and she'll just kind of quiet down.
She begins to rise, and her eyes seem to focus a little bit more. So familiar. She looks at Uran. And then at the others. Did Ra send you?
Thalos will look at the others.
How else would we know you're here?
Bold of you to speak. She
We
starts
do
to
not
flex a little bit more.
know who sent us. We do not dare ask the name of our master.
Uran switches to his chain gun.
Perhaps then you are unworthy to know.
Talos puts himself between Uran and the woman. There are things that you don't know about our mission.
And you do?
You're talking to me or her?
You.
And why was I not informed?
Trust is earned.
You're saying Nock gives answers to you and not us?
Among other things.
I have saved your life on more than one occasion.
Which is why I didn't just stop you. We all have secrets. I know more than I let on. That's mine.
As long as it doesn't interfere with our mission, I don't care.
Our mission is to return her.
You sure?
She's the treasure.
Yes.
All right then.
We're on a spit on the ground and say, she speak to me again or talk to me like that. And he just hefts his chain gun and just starts walking back to the circle.
I have something I must collect. She walks over to one of the walls, raises a ribbon device of her own to it, and a compartment slides open. And she pulls what looks like a beaded belt out of the chamber, something that would cover her entire midriff. And she wraps that around and looks at all four of you in turn. I have perfected this and need to be sure that it still functions. So if Aras sent you, then one of you are here to serve.
Serve how?
My lord tasked me with taking his found creatures, you and your kind, and strengthen them. I have found the way to do just that.
No, we
she-
know about
she-
that.
She passes her hand, her ribbon device, over her midriff, and the beads align, and there is this illuminated X across her stomach.
I hate to break it to you, Lamb. Someone stole your patent while you were sleeping. They've been strengthened. Many are strengthened, working great. No need to worry about it. No need to prove yourself. It's all good. None of us want that.
Deception.
It's not deception. There's Jaffa all over.
Okay, roll persuasion.
Okay. Oh, no, wait. I don't want to roll.
Should have shut up.
Actually,
Dude, I'm not being made into a Jaffa.
Have fun with that.
can I try to help in a way?
Please.
I will.
No, wait. I have an instant success.
The instant success was
I used that
used
to find the ring.
in order to
Yeah.
find
Dang
the
it.
ring.
Dang it! Never mind.
So I'm gonna note and kind of say to her, not all of us here are warriors. We're here to help find and discover. Strengthening serves no purpose. And I'd like to use my, I have an ability called an inapt analogy that I can give a tension dice as an assist on a mental stat, so charisma, wisdom, or intelligence. So Luca, if you want, you can take a D10 and add that on to whatever you roll.
I rolled a 6.
On the D10 or the D20?
I rolled a 6 on the D20. I
Oh.
will roll the D10 now. I got a 1.
It's insane.
DM,
You
may I assign a proxy roller?
Dare. You dare to tell me what is better, what is good, what is right. I can feel the one within him. Pointing over at Talos. But you three are not. You are servants. You will serve, or like all useless things, you will be cast out.
I believe there are more suitable vessels for your gift awaiting upstairs. They have been serving for very long and would be pleased.
Out of curiosity, yeah, never mind. Forget it. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it.
Okay.
From you, I will hear. Show me.
I will escort everyone over to the device, making sure to stay between Uran and this creature, and take us upstairs to the people up top.
You appear, and as the rings descend back into the device, Immer and his companions are all four kneeling at the base of this ziggurat, hands raised in praise of this, to them, this entry into their holiest of shrines. The figure steps forward and looks down. I have returned, my children. Come, embrace the unblemished lamb.
Talos will point to Amir.
Amir will step forward, and he's like wiping tears from his eyes. He's like, this is everything I hoped it could be. I will serve my queen. I will serve my lady. Come, my Jaffa. She will embrace Amir. The belt that she put on will begin to glow. Amir will start to scream and then pass out. If he recovers, he will be blessed.
Yes.
Oh, she
She
seems
takes a-
fun.
She takes a vial from her hip, uncorks it, and pours this white substance that's in this vial over this open crisscross cut on his stomach. Where
Gross.
now?
Talos will turn to the group and say, "The enemy of my enemy, no?" And will lead the group to the raft to head back to the DHD.
I guess
I agree.
so.
I'm following. Not
I mean,
saying
she's the goat from the story. I'm not saying that out loud. And
Somebody's got a
Wepwawet was
death
the
wish.
bad guy. So yeah,
Wait, didn't they just nearly cuss you out for calling her a goat?
I said I didn't say that out loud. I was talking to myself, going over the facts. Okay.
As you start heading back to the raft, she'll pause for a moment and look at you, Rousseau. And she's slightly taller, places a hand beneath your chin and lifts your face to look at her.
No.
Consider service. You are strong. You would make an excellent prime. And she walks over to the raft, sits upon it, and waits for everyone else to take her wherever she needs to go. And that is my plan to end for the evening.
Above the table though, if she sits on it, she gonna get real wet because that's not how that raft works.
She doesn't seem
No.
concerned.
I'm just gonna say that I at one point had planned to put C4 on that boat just in case. I'm almost mad at
Oh my
it.
god.
I will ruin this whole campaign.
That
Oh
is
my god.
it for tonight. Because of tech and some other things, stuff got moved around and messed around. So thank you for your patience for that. Thank you everyone for joining us. And stick around for just a couple more minutes. And then we will make our way out. So before anything else, any comments, questions, concerns, conundrums, or qualms from everyone else?
So many.
So
I mean, other
we're
than
the
the fact that I'm
baddies. No.
cursed. Please.
yeah, we knew it from the beginning. It's just
Bad team, best team.
Bad team, best team.
If y'all could just return to your homes and do some dances, pray to
Little rain
gods,
dance outside.
please, to uncurse us, that would be great. That's my
It
big
would-
conundrum.
Yeah, I mean it's rough with knowing that there's 2 episodes left and just kind of going, gotta find a way to power through. Which negated a few things and altered a few others, but
I'm lying about my dice rolls from now on.
I think we got there in the end. I think so. Oh, and just scrolling through, Luca, sorry if did I make you uncomfortable in any way with that last comment? Okay.
No. But she would for sure been like, no, don't touch my face.
Yep, no problem. Just
But
wanted to
I'm
double
fine.
check, that's all.
Thank you for checking. I am fine. Russo was just like, excuse me? Please don't touch me.
Sido, thank you so very much. Thank you for that gift. We appreciate it so very greatly. So a couple things that I do want to say because of abbreviating odds and ends. Yes, there's a whole nother map with
Oh shit.
with the actual puzzle that those pictures go to. So I kind of looked down at what time it was and I went, you know what? We're gonna have to do this here. And then that's where that comment of the ring being
not a ring.
is this an X marks the spot thing? And then I see that ring and I'm like, oh, that does look like a ring device. Wait, there's still another scene. No, that's not a ring device. I look at what time it is. Yeah, that's a ring device.
So can we?
Silver
well, I suppose it's-
lining is we didn't have to solve the puzzle.
Yep.
It's probably going to come in Phoenix, but if not, I am curious what the puzzle was going to be at least.
I'm going to find a way to still make it useful for
Okay.
Phoenix.
That's fine. Then you don't need to
Yep.
spill the beans here. If I
So,
can catch it there, I'll be happy.
I mean, when the stream goes off, though, you can like share.
You can just
know
like
what I
tell
mean?
us
just for us. You know, just for us.
There's a couple things. I wanted to talk about puzzles a little bit anyway, because I usually don't do puzzles in streamed games. And there's a reason for that. Not everyone enjoys puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough to bridge the player and the character when it comes to puzzle stuff, because nobody likes to be like the intelligence 20 wizard that doesn't understand the logic puzzle as a player, and then it just breaks immersion in a lot of ways. And so a lot of times with puzzles, when I write them, I try and do it where there's two ways to get there. One is like a really obvious trial and error thing, where it almost seems like there's more hints than make sense. And the other is to just like throw answers at people and see how they interpret those answers. So we'll kind of
I
see
think
how
there is
puzzles
an
go.
interesting thing there with the reverse though that I like, which is I like because I like puzzles and I'm pretty good at solving them, I'd say, at least, not to like toot my horn or whatever. But I like playing a character that's not smart and figuring out how a not smart person would stumble upon the correct answer in just a silly way of like, I always like there's like some of the lights out buttons. It's like, well, I just press all the buttons and then it works because I know which ones I need to press. I'm just like, I just press them in an X and it works or whatever, or something like it. Like just come up with a dumb idea that you, because you know the puzzle it works type of thing. This can be a fun little moment, but
I love puzzles. I'm just not good at them.
It's funny to try and think, okay, how many layers does something need and that sort of stuff. So I'm curious to see if it works well. I wish Phoenix well as they get to it, and we'll have to see what they sort out about the rest. So I think that is it for I think that is it for it's a circle 7 letters. We are going to do our sign-offs and take off for the evening. Thanks for your patience through the ups and downs of tonight. It happens. That's something that I think we all know as streamers. At some point, something happens, and tonight was the night. So we're going to start with Lieutenant Colonel Karis Rousseau, work our way around, say our outros, and be back. Well, they'll tell you when. Lukalak.
Hi, I'm Lukalak, and tonight I was playing a very cursed Lieutenant Colonel Karis Rousseau. You can catch me. We do not have Dark Echoes tomorrow morning, or the next schedule, like normally scheduled, or the next normally scheduled. We will be back after New Year's. Just because everyone was doing holiday stuff, so we're taking a break for the month of December and New Year's. But you can catch me here Sunday for Shadow over Arnor, our Lord of the Rings miniseries. And then I will be back for Harper's on Tuesday. So just stick around and keep watching. I'll be here. Are we going down to Robotic? Over? Down to Robotic.
All right, I'm RoboticGentleman. I was playing Ron with you guys tonight. Far as I know, well, I don't know. Is we out there still rolling for the rest of this year? Or are we done?
We're off for the rest of this year. Holiday
We're
stuff.
off for the rest of the year. That's after next game. I'm on vacation. There we go. So I'm just gonna take some time off. I will see you guys. Next week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yep. Because we gotta get real close to Christmas. And after that, I'm going to take a long nap because it is late.
Yep. Over to Saint.
Hey, that's me. I'm DMF Saint. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at DMF Saint. Also, I run things over at Nat20 Tabletop, where every Sunday we have Morningstar and Company Incorporated, which is in its 3rd season, about halfway through. However, this Sunday we do not have Morningstar and Company Incorporated. Holidays are fun, y'all. However, our brand new hardcore Curse of Strahd campaign has a prelude trilogy that begins tomorrow night. Last time around, Overture, first movement, is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. So please come by there. Bright Dystopia, Noir Enigma, and Luca Locke came hard with their characters, and we are all very excited for that. Also, I want to pitch Nat20's YouTube as well. Sorry to pitch that on TPK, but we did just release another video. If you're interested in Last Time Around, one of the NPCs has a video now, and he's batshit crazy. So anyway,
I watched it. It's very good.
Onward to Purple.
Hi, I'm Purple. Yeah, next time you can find me as Purplefill pretty much anywhere, mostly in Twitch and in the Discord and technically on Twitter, but I basically just post this game when it comes out. Yeah, what's coming up for me? I will be in Harper's on Tuesday. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I have a character I'm excited to play. And then you'll see me here on 2 weeks from there for Friday, and then in between, there may be some announcements for some new projects arising for the new year. And that's about it. So other than that, I'll pass it off to our last HP hero, the game master of all. Gonna keep extending this title because he is so amazing. That's
thank you. Thank you so much, Purple. I am LastHPHero. HP, whatever you'd like. I will be back Monday night to see what Phoenix does with what was left over from Basilisk's visit to this interesting little place before we come back for the finale of Basilisk 2 weeks from now, followed by the either finale or part 1 of the finale of Phoenix right after that. So we have a lot going on, a lot wrapping up here at the end of the year, and appreciate your presence and your eyes and your conversations so very much. So if that is it for everyone, and I think it is, all that's left is to say goodbye and, well, be good. See you next time.
And the curse.